Oh, wait. I need to click this so that it goes ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Oh. It's all wrong. We haven't done this yet. There we go.
Oh, okay, so that's just double.
Hopefully that didn't come through on the mic.
That probably means
Anyway.
there's double noise for the start, but oh.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Tyrion Cuthbert. Welcome back to OGS. I am Rad and this is Spiky.
Yes, that's me.
Woo! Okay, so we're back from our hiatus.
All right.
So yeah, we're going to continue Case 5.
Well, yeah, let's...
Last time on Tyrion Cuthbert, Miriam hit her head.
yeah, Miriam definitely.
Hey, author!
Oh, author's here, yes. I don't know what...
Oh, you're streaming as well, author.
Oh, I see.
With that in mind, I will drop you a sub on my personal channel. But,
Damn, nice. Yeah.
thanks for saying hi, always good to hear from yous. So, where are we?
Well, we were
Beatrice
talking
Frege. And, oh yeah, I forgot, I need to say things with this.
yeah. We have...
We need to remember all of the characters' voices.
We have very few clues and spells, but we have a big list of people.
Well, it's all going down in Case 5. This is the finale.
Ah, that is true. We always meet in the strangest places, Eris. What are you doing?
Oh, I see. PNG tuber. Let's see.
Ah, that's the that was the face capture. What? Hang on. Ah, that was the profile thing. Yeah.
I requested to accompany Beatrice to this event. After all, I don't have many opportunities to enter a church like this.
I can imagine. I mean, I know you're a demon.
I don't have many opportunities to enter a church like this. Okay.
She's such a spiteful person that she's not even warning us that Eris is a demon.
Yeah, she didn't even say, by the way, look out. Eris is a demon. By the way, is your father still...
Oh, if you're worried about him, we already have had a conversation about you. I don't think he'll be accosting you anytime soon.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that is a...
That sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, that's...
Well, you know what they say about when something sounds too good to be true?
Well, yeah, I mean...
It probably is.
I mean, I still wonder, was that old... I've forgotten if we were told if that ending scene in Case 4 was originally there or not. Feels kind of like one of those scenes they put in. Maybe that's just because Case 1 and Case 3 both had stinger, super important scenes.
Yeah.
But
it is another case of the old dramatic irony
Yeah.
of Tyrion Cuthbert. How'd you pull something like that off?
I asked him really nicely.
Oh my god, that's actually what she's going with.
He may look like a hardened criminal, but he's always had a soft spot for his family. He also owed me, and I have a way of making people see things my way.
he also owes me. He's in debt to his daughter. Beatrice just scoffed when she heard that.
There was my scoff.
You just scoffed. Oh, hey, you Scrobbler! Whoa!
So what happened to Scrabble?
Wait, if you're here, doesn't that mean that Maranath is also...
Oh, hell no. They'd never let me bring him here, of all places.
Oh, hell no.
Hell no!
Oh, hell no. Why'd she just go, oh, hell no?
Hell no. Hell no! He's being guarded by the King's Guard near the entrance.
What? Wait, what? So, like, he's just...
you want to hear a joke?
Wait, so you're telling me they just said, oh... We'll hang on, sir. You're not allowed to be in here. You have to wait outside.
Oh, what a shame.
Like,
Well, I'll just be out here then.
so we're still going with that. So, what is he legally her chaperone or what?
Well,
Or,
you want to hear a joke?
what?
What do you get when you cross a ladder and a snake?
Don't know.
A very popular board game. If he tries to escape, that knight over there is ordered to kill me.
That knight over there, him, the one in the bushes.
Ordered to kill me.
She gestured towards a knight who was silently watching all of us from afar.
So
Him
she's
over
just.
there.
So if Maranath escapes, he is ordered to kill her.
Yeah.
I would question what they think they're going to do to someone who is powerful enough to break the. Oh yeah, nothing can break this glass barrier. You'd have to be like one of the top 4 evocation mages in the world.
Yeah,
Like she did that, didn't she? Like it turned out that she did that. I thought it was just Maranath, but didn't they?
Yeah,
Didn't it turn out she actually did
I
that?
think she did. So, I guess
So we're talking someone really, really powerful as a mage.
he.
What is this guy gonna do? This poor dude. Like, if she actually had any bad intentions.
Nah, he's like, no. A blind girl, I can take that. I can take that in a fight. That's what they signed him up onto this job with. They were like, can you watch this blind girl and like kill her if we tell you to? And he was like, yeah, bet, I can definitely do that. They just didn't tell her about it. They didn't tell him about the whole she's top 4 evocation mages. You're surprisingly calm about this.
I've regularly dealt with demons. This is nothing in comparison to that.
A Scrabbler's joke's really that bad that you're considering being, stalked by this guy to be like, this is
I
chill.
mean, did you hear his last one just then?
Yeah, true.
You've really changed a lot.
Considering how I was before, I'll take that as a compliment.
What?
Hold on a second. So, do you mean how you were before as in how you were in Case 4? Or do you mean how you were before as in before you became evil?
I think she means before she became evil. Wait. If Maranath wasn't here, how do you know which statue I was looking at?
It's the only statue here. I mean, it was a lucky guess.
What about the fact that you shook my hand? I swear that was a thing. She did something where...
But Spiky,
What?
it was a lucky guess.
She lucky guessed that too.
Yeah, she lucky guessed the handshake. That grotesque statue certainly makes an impression on you. It's
It's a horse with a party
It's a
hat on.
Pegasus, isn't it? Like just a little Pegasus.
Yeah.
What? That's not grotesque. Oh, Maranath just spoke with me.
Oh, did he tell you the joke he told the guards?
It was a very bad joke. I won't. He wanted me to let you know that he can smell your celestial stink from the entrance.
So Lucio can also do that, we know. Because he did also do the... I smell her. I can sense her.
Lucio just casting demon nose on himself.
Yeah. He was like, I can smell a Luminite.
Well, his exact words were... his exact words were, has Mr. Cuthbert's deodorant worn off?
Well, I haven't showered in a month. And I love you too, Scrabble.
Love you too, Marana. I'm not going to repeat his response to that.
Nah, that joke was too bad. I need to ask. During the trial, you and Maranath kept calling me Heavensborn. What does that mean? Do you know about my abilities?
Tyrion.
Do you know about my abilities?
Those two aren't the only ones. There was one very important other person who called you Heavensborn. Who was it? Who was it again? Oh yeah,
Oh, the Eye Taker.
it was Horus the Lightbringer.
And the Eye Taker.
And yeah, but I think in this case, Horus the Lightbringer is the more important one because it pretty much just tells him what he is.
Yeah, he's a
Like,
Heavensborn.
unless he's dumb, which he's not, right?
I swear
Then
the
he'd
Eye
have
Taker
to
did.
know.
Maybe.
Then he'd have to know that. Does it even matter if the Eye Taker said that?
Not really.
I'm talking about the fact that he's asking this question as if to be like, yo, what even is a Heavensborn?
What's a Heavensborn?
Like-
and then Horus said, hey, you're my
My
Heavensborn.
Heavensborn. Like, clearly, in some way, shape, or form, you're this god's chosen one.
I also love how he said, do you know about my abilities?
You know about my abilities?
Like,
the
with a
abilities
leading
that I've been
question.
using on you.
Who uses a leading question to ask something like that? Like, this is like going to... This is like it being an interrogation, and they ask you, so, were you the one who fired that gun? And you're like, there's a gun? And it's just, that was a
That's
fumble.
not a leading question. That's just a question that gives away too much information.
Yeah, it's not a leading question. It's
A
just,
leading
that was
question
a fumble
is-
question,
A leading question is, how did you feel when you fired that gun?
That didn't.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about leading question.
I didn't feel anything.
It presupposes information.
I didn't feel anything. I was just like, oh, okay.
You know how to issue a divine edict. That's a very advanced spell.
What?
Let's just assume that she means spell in the blanket term of all magic,
Yeah.
all forms of magic, Lucidian or otherwise.
I don't really understand it myself, but I learned it after solving a riddle on the Earrings of Light.
So it has
solving
been,
a riddle.
So it has been changed. It has been changed.
Yeah.
Because as we were told previously about case 4, he just gets it.
Yeah.
He just got it in the original version.
So they changed this
So
dialogue.
they had to have changed this dialogue. But they didn't update Miriam
Or Leaf.
or Leaf in accordance with the
scene,
fact that they
basically.
made Beatrice even eviler in this remake version.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
Anyways,
Who's
shot.
this shot?
I'm quite surprised you don't know about your lineage. Maybe... Oh wait, that's Tyrion.
Maybe my mother knew, but I lost her when I was really young. Also, why is she doing that?
I see. You have my condolences.
Maybe she's talking to Scrabbler now, and he told her
he
joke.
told her the joke and now she's laughing. But to answer your question, a Heavensborn is a human whose bloodline has been touched by the gods.
Could you say that less flowery? Like, do you mean touched as in, like, they bestow powers on them? Or do you mean touched as in, like,
The
touched?
first thing that came to mind... So either it means that they have divine blood some way, shape or form, or it's a similar thing to the Exalts in Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yeah.
Where Naga just... Like, the first Exalt was just a normal human that Naga bestowed powers on, and those powers travelled through his bloodline and were visible via a mark on a person, like Crom's mark on his shoulder.
I'm assuming you're not talking about the Scale Lord.
No, I'm speaking of the actual gods.
Beatrice, you can't say that here.
Come off it, what's the church going to do? Arrest me? I'm already on death row! Anyways, shot.
Shotgun.
Your blood has been touched by the celestials of the upper planes.
Wait, look out, everyone. Beatrice is trying to kill people by giving them liver failure.
It would surprise me. Much like my soul is tainted and tied to the abyssal hells, your soul is consecrated by the heavens. And whose fault was that, Beatrice? Like, don't come and go wah when you're the one who decided to take your soul to the abyssal hells. Unless that's a Freyga thing, but I really, really, really doubt that is the case.
Only, my soul is consecrated only unless I start arguing the rules of a demon contract, and then my soul also goes to hell. Like,
oh yeah, that's true.
so I am a cleric then. What?
Define cleric.
Yeah, what?
It's
I am a
new
cleric.
term. Thing is, like, the funny thing about terms like that in fantasy stories, especially, is that in high fantasy, when it's a different world, you know, a perfectly innocuous word to us, like, I don't know, duelist or
Yeah.
cleric, like that could mean something really strong in a particular other verse.
Yeah.
Like, a knight or a cavalier could just be like some super powerful super soldier,
Yeah.
for all we know. And it's like, you haven't
Well,
defined the term cleric.
Take Three Houses. A hero
Yeah.
is a very different thing. That's one of the 10, you know, or the 10 elites. Saying elite
Yeah.
is a bit of a different thing.
But in this case, we've got cleric, which... Okay, member of the clergy. I see some resemblance with the cler there. But,
But how would he know that how would he know which explicitly vast amounts of information about the outside world have been censored by Wyvern and the Wyvern government?
yeah.
If that's all been censored, how does he know that any other country has a clergy? He's saying, I am a cleric. He doesn't even know if cleric just means member of the Wyvern Church.
My guess would be that cleric, just working off the context, cleric means person capable of using Luminian magic.
Yeah, I guess so, but...
Right? You're much more than a cleric. Your kind is nearly extinct. And make no mistake, if you find yourself under the wrong circumstances, even you can be sent to hell.
I know, but
Yep,
if I argue a demon contract,
It's consistent.
it does that for some reason.
Also, she hit make no mistake, then full stopped, and then did a new sentence.
Oh, yeah.
Make no mistake should end on a colon. I'm just saying, look, it's overanalyzing for a reason. Anyway.
Are there really that few heavens, Paul? What about the theocracy to the west of us?
Theocracy? Wasn't it a kingdom last we checked?
Don't worry about it.
Never mind, at least it's right now. Much like mages, the power of the Heavensborn is passed through bloodlines. Many of those bloodlines have been lost over Luminous history.
They just don't have enough kids.
That actually brings up a much more interesting point.
What?
Like...
Fertility issue?
Not fertility issue per se, but like... I mean, I'm presuming that the reason everyone's... that the nobility are all mages here is because of the way mages are treated in the culture as nobility, and thus, you know, they kind of became a protected class in a way.
Yeah.
A special class of citizen. And perhaps that didn't quite happen in Lumina.
Well, they are considered clergy members.
Mm.
So I can only assume the reason would be that clergy is... the clergy are usually supposed to be celibate to some degree.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'd ask, how is the clergy in a theocracy not effectively just the nobles in a kingdom?
Yeah. Some were lost in the previous wars. Some strayed from the path and were ended by the theocracy itself. Oh, so basically if you disagree with them, they kill you. If you have...
So, like Wyvern Well, like Wyvern God says it'll do, but it doesn't really put it into
Yeah, I was
practice.
trying to think of just one instance of that happening is the weird thing.
We had that one time that Eris said,
Oh, they'll kill you if you say other gods' names.
And then, you know, the not
And then-
killing you
and then-
stuff.
Tyrion just goes like, blah, 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 horse, 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 in like the High Court, and no one cares. Everyone just goes, okay, alright, sounds cool.
And many were ended by the Celestials' enemies.
Demons.
You know, demons. Like me. Well, not
Like your
me,
one.
but my demon.
Why is Wyvern going to so much trouble to hide this from everyone?
The theocracy has been this kingdom's enemy since it was created. The Luminites' greatest weapon is their faith. Wyvern has always feared that faith would infect the people like a sickness, and destroyed Wyvern from within.
They were scared about them going to heaven.
So let's just get to the end of the sentence and then read it all back.
So like always, it's about control.
It also runs contrary to the Church of Bahamut. The ancient dragons are also an enemy of heaven.
Well, that's just great, isn't it?
Okay, so Remus, whatever his name is an enemy of heaven. So what is...
What is what?
So what is the... What are all of the demons, like Eris, doing skulking around in the shadows when they have a common enemy with the actual, literal, like, deity figure of this place?
Yeah. I don't know.
Where is Scrabble not going up and like bumping Remus on the shoulder and being like, hey, yeah, so I hear you hate gods. Guess who I hate as well? Gods. We both hate gods.
Also,
what do you
kind
think
of-
we team up?
It really does make me question it again of, this is a church, and she was like, oh, I don't get many opportunities to go here. Why not?
Yeah, and also she's
Your doctrine literally doesn't state anything about demons. They just said some vague, oh,
this
demons
stuff in the legends.
not enough stuff that they aren't able to be considered human level, creatures. If demons
it's weird,
demons
'cause
showed up in real life, I think some stigma would be applied to them.
If
Not-
demons showed up in real life, do you really think a house of God would want them in?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't. But this isn't a house of God. This is a house of...
That's exactly what I was going to get to. Like, the fact that since we've got confirmation from Beatrice, who cosmologically knows quite a lot of stuff regarding the cosmology of the setting, she has confirmed that the celestial gods are the real, actual gods, and
Yeah.
the ancient dragons are just powerful beings.
Yeah.
This place has no actual, like, divine power.
Yeah.
It isn't like how in some stories or settings or whatever's, you know, a demon goes into a church and bursts into flames.
Yeah.
Because of the holy power contained therein. There is literally no such holy power in this, because the person who created it and the person it is designed to worship has no holy power to begin with. So you can go to any church you want. I don't know why the only reason Maranath isn't allowed.
Maranath should actually sue them for this.
Yeah,
They're excluding him from this place for no reason. They're literally being racist.
I could sue you
that
for
goes
this.
against the Racism Act.
I know a lawyer, but I hate him.
Yeah. I see.
If your bloodline is blessed by the Celestials, does that mean our kids will also be Heavensborn?
I suppose so. I think my mother was also I paused for a moment, processing what she just said.
I asked if your kids will be Heavensborn.
Damn, she kind of coming on a bit thick there. We've only kind of been going out for like, what, a month, and she's already saying, damn, our kid's gonna be Heavensborn. Damn.
You're taking this too quick. Slow down.
Oh.
Dial it back.
What was I thinking?
Wow.
If only it were always that easy.
What? Anyways,
Sure.
I'm a little curious about the theocracy of Lumina.
Right. Let's text log, because I think we've reached the end of that point that I wanted to... So, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Okay. Why is Wyvern going to so much trouble to hide this from everyone? This, in this sentence, is being read as the fact that so few Heavensborn exist, right?
Yeah.
So why is Wyvern going so much trouble to hide the fact that their enemies are weak from their populace?
Yeah.
The theocracy has been this kingdom's enemy since it was created. Fine, so far. The Luminites' greatest weapon is their faith. Okay. Wyvern has always feared that faith would infect the people like a sickness and destroy Wyvern from within. So... And also it runs contrary to the Church of Bahamut. So what I'm reading here is... We have a different faith.
Yeah.
The Luminites are weak.
Yeah.
Why haven't they started a holy war?
Don't know.
Like, literally, if Wyvern starts a holy war, while their enemies are weak, unless the theocracy is just that big, then that, oh, there's so few Heavensborn, means that we're still getting outnumbered by them?
Yeah.
I don't know why we're not just starting a holy war with them.
It does sound like now's the time, but luckily for us, the Order Australis decided to world police against us.
Also, and this is another point against Tyrion himself.
Yeah.
He said, so it's all about control again. No, dude. If they're true and honest worshippers of the Church of Bahamut, it is also their belief, likely. I say likely because we know sweet FA about the Church of Bahamut. It is also likely the case that the believers of the Church of Bahamut believe that, having another faith is probably going to send you to EBDB instead.
Yeah.
Of the good afterlife. You know, you go to bad afterlife. Most religions, pretty much every religion, I'm sure there's one or two where it doesn't have that clause, but most of them say, this is the religion you need to follow if you want to go to the good afterlife. If you follow any other religion, you're going to go to the bad afterlife.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and it makes sense that it has those, because it's a meme, it has to propagate. So it wants to... So memes that remove competition tend to do better.
Absolutely.
So that's why you have so many religions these days that say, no, you have to worship this religion and no other if you want to go to the good afterlife.
Yep.
So, no, Tyrion, it's not necessarily about control. If these people truly believe in the Church of Bahamut, they're keeping the other faith out of their country because they want their citizens to go to the good afterlife as opposed to the bad one.
Yeah.
What is wrong with that? That's not necessarily about control. I'm not going to pretend that the church doesn't have, like, control and stuff.
I'm just more... I'm more...
To say that is the only reason, it's just a little strange to me.
I'm just once again confused about why there's this background cosmic war plotline that's going on. Of how ancient dragons and demons and gods are all fighting, and then Tyrion's just here kind of doing, nothing much, despite actually being a very active combatant in it, weirdly. Instead, he's just saying, hey, I don't think that guy did this.
I don't think that guy did this. Anyway. Frankly, I'm surprised there's even one Heavensborn living in Wyvengard. How did your bloodline even find its way here?
I suppose I don't really know. My mother never told me much about our ancestry.
That makes sense. If the Church of Bahamut knew what you were, they would have definitely hunted you down.
The last thing I needed was another faction that wanted to kill me.
Another. Okay, so that means there's at least one. Let's see.
Not Garrick anymore.
Not Garrick anymore, because he's trying to make a deal with him now. Not the government, because then he would have been arrested by a group of knights, thrown into Dragon's Rathome dungeons.
Yeah.
I guess the Fragers? Maybe?
Well, not really anymore. I mean, Beatrice probably, but, Beatrice would want to kill anyone.
But he is getting targeted by the Eye Taker and his goons, but Eris just told him he wasn't.
So, funnily enough, he isn't actually getting targeted.
He's actually not getting targeted by anyone right now.
A bit weird, but hey. Uh-oh, another shot incoming.
Anyways, shot. Travel into and out of Wyvengard is technically illegal, and I doubt Lord Steelwind would make an exemption for you.
Might as well.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying, as regards exit from the country is illegal.
Yeah.
That only matters if you ever come back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, if you exit the country and it's illegal.
I mean, it also matters if you go to a country that's allied with them, which, albeit
there
no
is
other
no
country
ally.
is allied with us. But
There is no ally to Wyvengard, and
Yeah.
it's a good thing too, because they're literally against the actual gods of the setting.
yeah.
This is a satanic land of evil dragons, bro.
Real. Kind of scary.
Yeah. After all, House Steelwind suffered the most during the Great Luminite War. Lucio might as well be a veteran of that conflict.
Am I the only one who thinks might as well is just chilling in that sentence?
Isn't
for
he
no
like
reason?
60?
Yeah.
When did the Great Luminite War happen?
Yeah, it's like, House Steelwind suffered the most. Yeah, no shit. They're the only ones who have the military.
Yeah.
Who else is gonna suffer? Like, it's literally them, your military, versus presumably the Luminian military. There's not much anyone else can do because they
I
don't
wish
have
we
military.
knew what Luminian magic was capable of. Because right now we only know Divine Edict.
Yeah. They just
Like, do
spam they spam Divine Edict to spawn a bunch of heavy books and then throw them at the others. And then Lucio just goes, Meteor! And blows them all up. Veteran. Vet?
Oh no!
No, I hate the vet. I'm not going. You'll never take me alive. We all watched as Tracker frantically ran through the garden, trampling several flowers and barking loudly. Damn, he must
Wait
not have
a
a very
minute.
good vet. What? She took him to the vet, despite him being a secret pet?
No, there's something else.
What? Tracker understands English?
Tracker understands Beatrice.
Yeah.
Tracker shouldn't understand Beatrice.
No, he
Tracker is capable of talking to Leaf because of Leaf, and Tyrion because of the Eye of Horus.
No. Tracker actually does understand, like, Wyvern He understands human English.
That's a retcon.
Yeah, but, you know.
He would have been able. He would have noticed. He would have said. He would have mentioned
in that month,
being able.
he studied it.
He would have been. I'm just saying.
Leaf took out some books, some English books, and Tracker was like, "Oh yes, I will listen to this. I will listen to the English."
I'm not sure why is like Leaf's keeping Tracker under control here, because there's not just one demon, but also Beatrice as well.
And Eris over here.
Yeah, that's the one
That's the
demon.
one demon, yeah. Trampling several flowers and barking loudly. We've chased after him as he began accosting a passing knight.
And I'm coming to the conclusion that they learnt the word accost between case 4 and 5. Not to be peak, but I should go help her.
It's almost 2 PM anyways.
Shot. God, it's been 4!
Okay, it's actually getting suspicious now. We should head to the prayer. No, it's been 5. Beatrice said it 3 times, Tyrion said it 2.
Damn.
Thanks for answering my questions, Beatrice. I don't think thanks and Beatrice should be in the same sentence. Ever. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you with this Empress of Discord.
Wait, when did he know that?
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you with this Empress of Discord. There's no comma there, so he's just...
That is what that is what he's saying.
He's just presenting...
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you with this Empress of Discord. She's closer than you there's nothing you can do. Oh, no, wait, he didn't mean this.
No,
he meant
with...
it needs quotes.
This Empress of Discord. No, this Empress of Discord. Let me know, this Empress of Discord over here. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Try not to look so defeated. It's almost time for the main event.
Even though Tyrion's just gone. That felt so weird. I feel like my consciousness, like I was in Tyrion's body and then he just walked off and I didn't go with him.
Yeah.
Like, ah!
Having an out-of-body experience.
Why did you bring me here? Oh, who knows? Whatever you're planning to make me do. Please. Please don't make me harm my sis.
Beatrice, you were willing to do that on your own
Did you grow a
volition.
heart between cases 2, 3, 4, and 5?
Let's not act like you care about them. You literally made death threats to
You
Leaf.
threatened Leaf's life
Which,
already.
again, may or may not have, depending on how the Scrabbler contract works, may or may not have literally put her in mortal danger by doing that.
I should mention as well that Beatrice easily could just be doing this for the sake of making herself sound good.
But to whom? The audience?
It's a potential manipulation tactic for Eris. I'm just saying she's a known manipulator.
Yeah, I guess maybe she's trying.
Maybe she just doesn't switch it off.
You're in no position to make demands. You'll just have to wait and see for yourself. Stay safe, Heavensborn.
What?
Wear your mask and keep it a social distance.
social
distance. No. Why are we still here?
Oh,
That's a nitpick.
she was over there.
What's with the party hat, bro?
I love that party hat. Can I have it? This statue can only feel its suffering.
What?
Its face is contorted into an expression of pure agony.
What?
It screams out in terror, yet no one can hear its pleas for mercy. Someone ignorant of its plight has placed some sort of vain party hat upon its head. It's as if they're mocking its torment. Some kind of demon torturing a poor soul in the fields of Avernus.
What are you even saying?
Sorry. I need to take a moment to think about what I've just witnessed here. We all should.
All right, Tyrion, you go do that.
Also, is this...
I'm guessing that was just a joke.
Yeah. I don't even know what... Look at it. Its face is contorted.
in pure agony.
It's a horse, Brian.
It's
Look
a
at it.
horse.
It's just a horse.
I should
doing
be
the
glad
walk,
that we just
although-
didn't get a why the long face joke.
Although, funnily enough...
Hey, check out that statue, Lady Beatrice. Hey, statue, why the long face? Because it's... You're such a tough audience.
Huh?
She's... He summoned her into existence with a Scrabbler joke.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, God.
Bye.
Is it possible to forget this power?
Yeah.
To summon Beatrice Frege?
If you do a Scrabbler voice, she just appears. It's kind of scary.
Where we headed? We headed, like...
I was just checking around, but I think it's the prayer room we're supposed to be.
It doesn't have windows on the right. Look at that.
What, this?
Yeah.
Why?
I told you.
What about it?
There was that other And I said, oh, there's some on the left and none on the right. It's like in the chapel in Carnarvon or something.
Oh, yeah.
Either way.
Oh, we finally actually have that guy, and behind her is a dragon, and then there's this old dude here. But finally, there's an iconography of a dragon.
Well,
behind
here's Gandalf,
Celeste's
and there's
head.
Aragorn, and then we've got
There's a dragon behind Celeste's fat head. So like,
fat head.
if you
Not
could,
fat.
no, but if you could see behind her, I mean, you could
She's
see
just
the
got
actual,
anime cheeks.
You could see the iconography of something that was actually not a cross.
See, this is a subtle foreshadowing technique by having her be in front of the dragon, because she's actually descended.
Are you
from...
ready?
Yeah,
What, are we gonna pray?
at least I hope so.
And stand guard outside if you want. I only need a few moments to look into his mind. Who are we doing this on?
I forgot. Maybe it's Rithali. Oh, Garrick Pierce.
Oh, Garrick, yeah.
No, I'm the one who asked you to do this, and I'm not going to leave you alone with him.
I said stand guard outside so I can do it. Jeez.
Tyrion,
Yeah?
thank you for coming here with me. It really means a lot.
Honestly, I think I just needed an excuse to leave the house. But no, he didn't invite you here. He invited Tyrion here.
Well, yeah, but she wanted to go and
But yeah,
He
I
kinda-
guess so, yeah.
didn't or something.
It's not just this. You're always looking out for me. Except for in case 3
Yeah, I
where you're
don't know.
kind of an ass. But, other than that, you're always looking out for me.
He's not the best to you, Celeste. I feel like you're who he directs his anger towards, generally.
You got me acquitted. You helped me see the truth behind my dad. Feels like I can never repay that.
What are you talking about? For the past few months, all I've been doing is relying on you. That's kind of true.
Yeah, unironically.
Celeste, I was going to tell you something of the Lord's Ball.
Oh,
Is now really the time? I thought you were doing a spy mission.
Well, they're not really spying. He's just here, and they're just gonna have a chat.
Didn't really know how to say it, but
oh, wait, we're talking about this now?
yeah, I agree with Celeste. Feel like something always happens, so took a deep breath. Celeste, the words trailed off. Celeste, you're very damn it all, it was happening again. Come on, I knew what I wanted to say, and I was fairly certain she felt the same way. Took one last breath. Air filled my lungs, my heart was pounding. Sweat was beginning to form under every crevice of my suit. But as I pushed everything from my mind, the fear, the anxiety, the hesitation from leaping over the chasm, I steeled my resolve.
He's gonna do it.
I was Tyrion motherfucking Cuthbert. Yo, I get to
What?
I get to drop an F-bomb in Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm a bit confused.
I know he's hyping himself up, but
Tyrion motherfucking
I'm
Cuthbert.
Tyrion motherfucking Cuthbert.
That is, yeah, I'll just say that's inappropriate. I don't know why did you drop an F-bomb all of a sudden? I don't even know. I wouldn't let anyone stand in my way, man, king, or god, but most of all myself. Celeste McCoy, I love. Steward?
Harriet!
I hope he didn't use I hope he didn't use any he didn't secretly use any magic here, and he accidentally just swapped the love interest. He's like, I love.
What?
Look, he went I love and then dash Steelwind ?
It's just I thought that I think that was actually a really funny use of Arya's blushing sprite.
Yeah.
I like she just walked in on this and just was like I think that's what they were going
Yeah.
for. She just walks in and then it's like,
Oh,
well
damn.
shit, I can't make a sound now,
Yeah.
can I?
Guess I'll just watch.
How long have you been standing there? You serious right now, Arya? Oh, well, I knew you'd be here around this time. I'm so sorry, I didn't know what to do and froze. I wanted to wish you luck, but then you two seem to be in the middle of
Look, there's
something.
There's the Dagon.
The Dagon.
I was going to leave, but then I got worried I'd draw attention to myself. Don't stop on my account.
Hell no, you ruined the moment.
I'll just get out of your way.
And she skittered away. I saw something fall out of her pocket. It's a runestone.
Oh, Arya, you dropped something.
As Celeste went to pick it up, she accidentally activated it. The image of some evidence appeared for a brief moment, but Arya quickly snatched it from Celeste's hand.
Wait, is that why everyone's gathered here today?
Celeste, don't just invade her privacy like that.
What? Tyrion Mind Reader Cuthbert is going to say, don't just invade someone's
Hey,
privacy.
don't just invade her privacy like that. That's crazy.
And before anyone says that he can't just switch it off, we know he can just switch it off.
Yeah, he does.
Because he said things like, oh, before I learnt how to control when and where I could use it, going into places like this would make me just, like, freak out from all of the sadness and anger in the place. It's like, so you know how to switch it off then, mate. So you really shouldn't be using it unless you really need to. Anyway.
Don't be like that. I'm really happy for you.
What was it a picture of?
It was a picture of a wedding
Like,
ring?
yeah, what? Who, like, huh?
It was a picture of the wedding dress? It was a picture of the... Well, they haven't actually done it already, have they?
Yeah, it was that just wait, are you telling me they didn't have a camera, so they just took Arya's runestone and took the wedding photos on that? Like, imagine going to your wedding and then they're just like, do you have a smartphone? Can I just take a picture? Like, what?
That's how you get fired as a flipping
Like, wedding photography? Hell no. You're not
wedding photography. Yeah.
You're not about to go up to me and be like, hey, can I just have your smarphone? And then we'll like print it out later.
Oh, I must have dropped it on the way here. Anyone got a smartphone?
Like, come on, bro.
Thank you.
That or it's just straight up a dick pic.
Good luck.
Sorry, I feel like the age rating went up once he said Tyrion motherfucking
Tyrion motherfucking Cuthbert. Well, now it's definitely, what, a 16?
Yeah.
Like, you get to drop one F-bomb in 16s, don't you?
Yeah, if you get the two strikes, you're out. Now you're 18.
That is literally how it works in movies.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Like, it's a... I think it's like PG-13 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think at PG-13 you can drop exactly one F-bomb. And, yeah.
Damn.
If you go just one higher, you have to be a 15.
Wow.
That's at least how they do it in America.
Part of me really wanted to know what she saw. One of us had to exercise some self-restraint. Any wins that I had in my sails were gone. There was nothing left to push me forward. She just silently walked over to me and planted a kiss on my cheek. Jumped back. My hand went to where her lips had made contact. She just swayed playfully and giggled as she watched the embarrassed look on my face.
Tyrion, I already know.
You do? Then...
But I'm still not saying it before you do.
Oh, that's peak. What?
You've been stringing me along for a month. That's what you get.
Fine, I guess that's fair. Looked at the time. The time of the meeting was approaching. We're going to be late.
It's fine. There's always next time.
Honestly, this next part would be far easier than saying those words.
Why? You already know she's into you.
Yeah. Straightened my tie and wiped the sweat from my brow before entering the prayer room.
What about the rest of the crevices of your suit?
Sweaty.
You need to reapply your antiperspirant.
He's just drenched. He's just
He's
sweating.
just soaking wet. He's
You can just hear him splat in.
it squelches in.
Yeah.
Flipping Garrick's like, he's like, what happened to you, Cuthbert? Did you fall in the pool? No, never mind. You definitely didn't fall into the pool. Oh my god, he's actually here. I kind of thought he wouldn't be here for some reason.
Yeah. Hey, Garrick.
Ah, you finally arrived. Suppose this means you've finally decided. What? You two? We got your letter. Letter? What letter?
You sent us a letter, Piers. And said you knew who Celeste's parents were.
I did send that letter, but not to you.
What?
What's going on? And so the final act begins.
Was she also spying on us? Please, Grand General, I think you're overreacting. I'm sure this is just a practical joke. Grand General ignored him and continued taking swings at the force field with his great axe. Lucio, you are well aware that you can't destroy this cage with brute force. It's a cursed smell. It's a nuisance every time I come across it.
Does he regularly make attempts on the prince's life?
No, I think he means people just know the magic anti-Lucio circle.
Anti-Lucio.
It's like sea bears.
Anti-sea bear circle.
Like
yeah.
he just draws a sea bear stick. He got a little anti-Lucio sea bear stick. Drew it in the sand. Boom. You! What are you doing away from your post? The knight said nothing in response. He left the room and threw these sticks in. Bro's just like, I'm not a part of this.
He got shell-shocked a little bit.
What? He's just like, I'm not dealing with this. And like, what?
He just went into shock from seeing Lucio Steelwind swing his axe at the prince.
2 p.m. Not seeing this. Not doing it. How suspicious. We're not going to talk about that? Is that a normal thing for them? They just do this sometimes.
It does give the impression that Lucio is just this uber psycho who just occasionally, like, cyber psychos out and swings it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, maybe he is going
Anyone.
Magi Psycho.
He's
Do you,
just
think
like,
do you think he just occasionally goes Magi Psycho until it wears off?
maybe.
And they just all put up their anti-Lucio circles until it does?
And then it's just like, oh, well, you know. He's just about to ask him, so are you chill now? I can step out of the circle, or yeah, I feel better. Yeah. Where are
Okay,
they?
but do you actually feel better, or is this one of those times you're saying you're feeling better, but then you're not actually?
Well, just come out of the circle. Why don't you come out of the circle?
Okay, what do you want to drink the most right now?
Look, I mean...
Okay, I'm staying in here for another 10 minutes.
I need to kill someone.
All the time for those two to disappear. Don't think she's trying to escape, do you? Honestly, I wouldn't put it past.
Holy moly! Holy moly! Who is this guy?
Ascar Krutz? Is that you?
Lazaric Asclepius. Oh, did I look it up and it's Asclepius?
I think it's Asclepius.
Yeah, it is Asclepius, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lazaric Asclepius. Are you doing him or am I?
I don't know. What? I'm just so confused.
I'm guessing the Lazaric thing. I'm guessing that's supposed to come from Lazarus.
Yeah.
Because and Asclepius, of course, being Greek god of medicine.
Yeah.
I'm guessing just from the name and the appearance that this guy is probably the best necromancer in the kingdom, because healing and necromancy are the same school of magic, so that explains the Asclepius. And Lazaric, so Lazarus, so biblical figure who returned from the dead. I'm guessing this guy may in fact know or be very close to knowing how to bring people back from the dead. He's 22. Rough 22 years.
Lord Asclepius, did you find Beatrice?
I didn't, but there's something else. Someone just trapped His Majesty in a force cage.
What?
Oh. So he was trying to break him out. He was just bonking.
Oh, he was trying to break him out.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Oh no, did Beatrice... Is Force Cage even in her compendium?
Either way, I think it's safer if we reconvene with the others of the nave. Kingsguard are forming a perimeter while they wait for the force cage to disappear. We'll be safe there. She'll be fine. She always is.
I suppose you're right. Tracker, let's go.
Tracker said nothing. He was growling at the pathway leading north.
Tracker, I said let's go.
I smell evil rats.
You can chase rats after the funeral, let's go.
Wow, she don't... Yes, queen.
She did... Wow, Tracker...
Evil rats? You mean like demons?
Tracker? What? Tracker literally says, demons are there, and she goes, Tracker, stop getting distracted. This way. What?
This is consistent with Leaf being a thundering dumbass.
That's true. The Duke and Minister turned the corner and fled into the common. Their assailant wasn't far behind, but hopefully they'd lost her.
Okay, so it is with great regret that I inform us all that Ares Steelwind is the defendant of Case 5.
Yeah.
Her just led the just like, because who else is it going to be?
Well,
Let's face
I
it.
think the actual one is either Eris or Beatrice being possessed by Eris.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our boy is... and then, of course, the very obvious thing here is that your boy... What's he called? Your boy Aster is like, well, I couldn't have done anything because I'm in a force cage. Which, given the amount of spells...
It's funny, when you said Aster, I thought you mispronounced Asker and you were talking about Lazaric.
No, I'm saying that Aster is, you know, in league with Eris, and he's got the perfect alibi because, well, I'm in a force cage. I couldn't have done it, despite the fact that we've already been told that we've already been shown that
Do you think that,
a great many spells can be done.
Do you think Eris can just induce magipsychosis in a person?
Probably. Well, she can literally just actively mind control people.
Oh yeah.
Even she can
I
go.
don't mind control. I just tell people
Like,
to
you
be
know,
evil, and then they.
She literally
do
did
evil things.
That's how she killed her dad. She went. He was like, "Oh, no way! What's? Oh, you killed my little girl! What are you talking about? This isn't EastEnders."
But the weird thing is,
I know that guy. He manipulated my pulls in Fire Emblem Heroes.
the weird thing about that scene is that you could, if you chopped off half of it,
Yeah.
if you cut Eris out of it,
Yeah.
it's still a very congruent scene of this guy just suffering the consequences of his actions, of meeting too many people who
Yeah.
who've been spurned by him,
Yep.
who've had dodgy dealings with him and got the short end of the stick. It's weird.
Yeah.
You could entirely cut Eris from the scene and just have and it still works. I don't know what you'd use that for,
But
but
it was definitely a case of. It definitely seemed to be a case of Eris was mind controlling him.
yeah,
'Cause he
to
was very
think
much
those
like,
things.
I don't know you people. What do you mean I've done all
Yeah.
these things?
It's still fine though, because of course, like
Yeah.
he doesn't remember who he's
Yeah.
screwed over.
I just mean
I nearly just put us on 15 instead of PG-13.
we're already at that point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've said it more than just.
Dropped an F-bomb already?
I said it like 3 times reading.
damn
the
it.
line, so.
No, this must be some mistake. I know Miss Steele. I know Miss Steelman. She would never do this.
We can't think about that now. Just have to hope that she won't look here.
She won't look here. Lloyd tried to check Coraline for any wounds, but she just slapped his hand away.
Lloyd, just teleport away. You know teleport. Just teleport
No,
away.
I don't know teleport.
You don't know teleport?
I'm the fucking abjuration guy.
Oh no! I thought you knew teleport.
I'm the abjuration guy. Oh. No more spells in this vicinity. Well, we're safe now.
Choose a place where your mage blight won't hurt anyone.
Sorry, he's got Mage Blight and he's just
going
chilling?
Magipsycho?
I'm going Magipsycho.
Anyway, Coraline, do you see the problem with what you just said?
What?
Use your magic to go to a place where you can be a Magipsycho and not hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Won't he just, use teleport again to go to where he can hurt people?
I'm not leaving you alone with her.
Or is she saying that he's one teleport away from going Magipsycho?
Can you summon object other people?
I
don't know, like, is that a thing? I don't think it's been said. for or
I'm
against.
gonna go with yes, you can teleport other people.
Why?
Because Justin,
Yeah.
wasn't the person using teleport. The ring was.
Yeah. Oh, I see, yeah. So yeah, I don't know why he's not just teleporting with her.
Do you think your recklessness will earn my forgiveness for not having balls to ask me out? Just go.
Damn it all, she's coming.
Aria Steelman turned the corner
Don't
and stood at the rules and
wee.
entrance. Oh look, she doesn't have her, like, thingies because she's possessed.
Oh yeah, you know she's a Dead by Daylight killer now.
She walked towards the 2 Pillar Lords without a word or hint of emotion. No, because Dead by Daylight killers usually do have a lot of emotion.
Oh yeah, fair point.
Like loads of them just walk up to you and start doing like they'll like especially when you get screwed over. I've seen it happen multiple times, and I've even been the killer sometimes where I see someone actively like body block someone, and then I just think, no, that guy's dying, and then I just ignore the other person for the rest of the match. Just like, no, I'm tunneling this guy now.
Nah, you can't body block people.
You're not betraying your allies like that. That's out of order.
That would be so funny to see in a flippin' horror movie, where like the killer is gonna
Killer just
kill
goes,
these
"Come on."
people, but like they have some bizarre sense of honor to them. So like if anyone betrays anyone else, they just target them full-heartedly.
I'm going on that guy.
And it would probably honestly be a kind of movie where we're like somewhat rooting for the for the killer in a sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, these guys suck
These guys
anyway. They're
suck.
trying to like,
Yeah.
and then they just kind of, they could just kind of let the ones who didn't betray them
Yeah.
go. It'd be like a weird version of Saw, where instead of him wanting you to play a game to see how much you want to live, he's playing a game to see how loyal you are to other people.
That would actually be. I think that would actually be a pretty good mystery thing as well. If you started it out with, him killing some people who have already betrayed some other people before the events,
Oh yeah, okay. I
and
see
so
you
like
cooking.
everyone starts fending for themselves and everything, and starts betraying each other, and then only like near the end do the people work out. Wait, if we haven't done anything wrong, then like we can survive. Anyway.
Arya, please, I don't know what your father told you, but there has to be another way. We don't need to give in to our primal urges.
Her primal urge is saying knife these two for some reason.
We are just another bloodthirsty Steelwind. You barbarians have no place in our kingdom.
Lloyd, look out! Oh!
Coraline tackled Lloyd as she foresaw an attack from behind. A crossbow bolt would have pierced Lloyd's heart.
She has a crossbow!
She got whacked out the crossbow for some reason. Instead, the bolt pinned itself in the back of Coraline's shoulder.
Coraline!
It's fine, I can heal this.
Oh, we
well,
don't.
Iris, probably.
Well, we can't have that, can we?
Shooter stepped
Oh.
into the room from the.
Oh,
from
it's
the
probably
entrance.
Asta then.
Crossbow. No, I think Asta's because Asta needs his perfect alibi. So he's still in the
Counterpoint.
force field.
Eris doesn't interact directly with the humans.
Beatrice then.
Mm.
Arya had done a wonderful job of driving the two of them here.
Damn it all, is this your accomplice? Show us your face, you coward.
The assassin said nothing and aimed his crossbow at the two of them. Well,
I rest my case.
we
It's
can't
Asta.
have that, can we? Lloyd stayed silent, but suddenly started breathing more heavily and haggardly.
Ah!
The Duke of Commerce turned around and tackled Arya to the ground. Again, her face was blank. She didn't seem to be bothered at all. All she did was struggle to break the Duke's grip on her. The assassin was about to shoot, but cursed under his breath once Arya was brought into the line of fire. Oh, shit. Wasn't her time yet. She needed to live through this. Lloyd cursed at himself. Even he was wondering what he was doing. It was as if his body moved on its own. For that matter, why he'd refused to teleport away, as Coraline asked. He had a bunker specifically designed for this.
A bunker?
He has a bunker?
He has a bunker he can teleport to, because he can only teleport once without going Magipsycho.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
No one would have blamed him. He wasn't meant for combat. Those thoughts were spinning around in his head, but they were being pushed away, overridden by something he had never felt before.
Coraline, run! Get away from here! But go!
The minister hesitated, but her survival instincts had won over in the end. She ran past Lloyd, who was keeping Arya pinned to the ground. Isn't it a bit weird that we're literally seeing Case 5's murder happen in front of us? Like, we literally know what's happened here. So, like, you know...
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. When we find the evidence, it's going to be like, oh,
Oh,
yeah,
this
that
was
was
used
this
here.
bit, that was that bit.
Like, when they're like, wait, but how did this crossbow bolt get here? We're going to be like, well, Asta probably planted it. Well, this happened. Well, that happened, you know. She cried as she ran in terror. The assassin levelled his crossbow at her. Duke growled in defiance, shoved Arya away and formed a cross with his arms. Bow!
Tear protect!
Thin stone layer suddenly formed to cover the entirety of the Minister of Justice's body.
Terror protect.
Terror protect, probably. Crossbow bolt whistled past Lloyd, but it bounced off of Coraline's hardened skin. She'd gotten away. Stone skin doesn't require concentration, does it? Not bad, Lloyd.
Who the hell are you?
The assassin flicked his head towards the hallway that Coraline ran to. Arya immediately stood up. Arya, enter. I'll handle the Duke. At that word, Arya sprinted from the common room to pursue her prey. The assassin just shook his head in disbelief as he leisurely began to load another bolt into his crossbow. Scared Lord, Lloyd. When did you grow a spine?
Can we pause? Can we pause a second? I just want to say, that if we didn't have the dramatic irony of knowing that the Eye Taker's dead, I'd probably be reading these lines right now.
Real?
I would probably be reading these lines right now, because we know that he hates the Pillar families. We know he wants to lead an insurrection, and all we know from Eris is that Tyrion isn't going to be targeted.
Yeah.
So I would probably be reading these in the Eye Taker voice instead of you reading them in the Aster voice, especially since he has an alibi.
Yeah, and the problem is though.
But he's quite simply the only person here that fits the bill.
Can't be Lucio, obvious reasons.
It can't be Lloyd because he's a victim. It can't be Coraline because she's a victim, presumably.
It's a guy for one thing.
It has to be a guy, so that takes out all of the female characters. So what have we got for male characters?
Aster.
We've got
Lucio,
Aster. We've got
Remus.
Lucio. We've got Remus.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we've got here. I
Can't
guess
be
Lazaric as well.
No, Lazaric.
But
yeah.
like, why would it be him? Why would they introduce that guy?
Yeah. That'd be very underwhelming case for just this guy over here.
Yeah.
Ha! What do I have to fear from you? I'm Lloyd von Sanctus, the Duke of Commerce and Master of Abjuration. And you have a crossbow. So come on, stand you let your place, you wretch.
For the first and last time in his life, Lloyd von Sanctus stood his ground. Hit some sick martial arts combos on him.
Come on, just tell us the truth, P.S.
You were the last person I would give this information to.
He was getting more and more stressed, and it was even easier than last time. Just a little more, and I'd... Crash rang out from outside. What Lloyd pulled out, like, semi-automatic. It's just like...
It's time you learned your
Time
place,
you
wretch.
let you put your place, wretch.
What are you going to do? You don't even have a weapon.
Really? But did you really think my packet was that large?
You don't mean...
You
had a 45 down there?
The constructs were the only thing I got from wherever that place was called. Gets out the blicky.
What was that?
I'm gonna take a look. Stay here and keep the door closed.
What? Oh, sorry, that's me.
What? Are you just going to leave us here?
He's right. We don't know what's going on. We should stay together.
Don't worry, there are 2 guards outside and they're from Kingsguard.
You're going to leave me in a room with the guy who murdered your father? What the fuck, Celeste? What happened to having my back? Like, on a real, what?
I'm just gonna come back and hope that he hasn't used shape liquid to, like,
He
kill
knows
you, or
conjure...
freeze to kill you.
He knows
or...
freeze, he knows conjure water, he knows shape liquid. He could literally kill him in any number of ways very quickly.
For that matter, if he did leave, he would actually be able to help us stop the stop Aster and Arya.
Yeah.
Through his combination of freeze plus form water plus freeze.
Yeah.
You know, imagine putting a bunch of water all over them
Yeah.
and then freezing the water.
Yep.
At the very least, it's going to make it difficult for them to move.
Yeah.
You know, this is fantasy. We can do it like
Yep.
that.
You'll be fine.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Trust me, Tyrion. When have I ever lost a fight?
She had a point. She doesn't have a point.
She does have a point. She's
doesn't
never
have-
lost a fight because every fight she's ever been in has been to the death.
Well, don't use a don't use I have plot armor as an excuse. Like, that's literally what she just said. She exclaimed,
Don't worry, Tyrion. I've got plot armor.
I'm just built different. Do you know where that led David? In a fucking coffin.
We're talking cyberpunk here.
Like, I'm just being real.
David Martinez.
You can't just go like, oh, I'm built like that though. It's like, seriously? Tyrion's just like, oh, that's fair. Like, what about when
she's
she
got a
does
point.
reach a bigger wall? In the words of Soul Bad Guy, you can be as strong as you want, but eventually you're gonna hit a bigger brick wall. Fine, just be careful.
Yeah.
What? Well, this is interesting, isn't it, Garrick? It had almost been 10 minutes since Celeste went to investigate the noise. Garrick could have, killed me in any number of ways and hidden the body successfully. I wanted to open the door and check on her. She also told me to keep the door closed. Of course, keep the door closed so that there's a door between you and the Kingsguard, who are the only people protecting you from a literal murderer.
So,
Jess?
you keep any games on your runestone?
I have chess.
I should have expected that.
Last time I disobeyed her orders, I got taken hostage and made her job 10 times more difficult. When was that?
Don't go with what's her name? Don't go with Ruby to see the Eye Taker.
Okay. Pierce seemed extremely on edge. He was sitting at one of the tables and impatiently tapped on the wood with his fingers. So, you never intended to send that letter to me?
What? Oh, sorry, I was thinking about how few orbs I have for the left for this summoning in Fire Emblem Heroes.
Okay, but who did you send it to then?
Oh, as if I would ever tell you that!
Hey, you don't have to get so angry with me. I'm not the one who is keeping you from that Bernadetta ult.
Well, what? Why are you looking at me like that? She's just a useful character in Three Houses, that's all!
Right. Even if I wasn't the intended recipient, you said that you knew who Celeste's biological parents are.
You can't tell me that Persecution Complex isn't one of the most powerful personals in Three Houses.
Then why do you keep using her as a healer?
Enough questions, Cuthbert!
And it also seems that the only person you've S-supported is her.
Have you been hacking my account, Mr. Cuthbert?
You can't hack a Three Houses account, it's an offline game.
Then how do you know? Are you seriously focused on that now? Far too important. It's my only bargaining chip. Okay, we've gone way off script. Let's go back on to it.
What's going on? One last push. Answer the question, Pierce, or I'll reveal this letter to...
What was that?
Somnia.
We're going
What?
sleepy times.
What is this? Blue luminous vapour spilled into the room, glittered with faint glints of magical light.
It'll be fine. There's 2 Kingsguard guys outside.
As soon as it fell over me, I could feel my entire body becoming heavier. Started to slump over. My body was being pulled towards the ground.
A sleep spell? Sleep spell, Somnia. It's a conjuration
Sleep
spell.
Not the sleep spell.
Gesture, outstretched palm. Duration while concentrating, and concentration is, of course, yes. The caster conjures a magical mist in the direction that they stretch their palm. This magical mist will travel up to 30 feet before dissipating. Any creature who inhales the mist will fall into a magical slumber. An affected creature will be woken from their slumber if they're violently shaken or experience any sort of pain.
I'm a bit confused. Does creature include Scrabbler? Is Scrabbler a creature? Because he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who would... He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who would fall asleep.
I miscalculated.
Now's not the time for a Fire Emblem death quote. No, if they got here, that means... Celeste! I fought with everything I had to stay awake, but it was impossible. My eyes were closing on their own. Felt like my eyelids were being dragged down. Felt myself fade away, but I made one last desperate attempt to keep my eyes open. No! Oh, it was Beatrice who was over here. Okay. Beatrice?
Beatrice's actions.
I saw
Could have
Beatrice
been
as I was
an
losing consciousness.
Regardless, that meant she somehow entered the prayer room at 2:30.
No, this is actually Beatrice. She's just, like...
We know she's evil. It's not like... It's such a
I don't know why...
surprise.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was going to say, I don't know why her eyes haven't unpeopled, but then I was like, well...
She doesn't have pupils for some reason.
Well, she does.
Oh, well, she's got, like, glazed over blind eyes.
But, like, look, Arya's were just gone. Hers are, like, greyed out, but they should be gone.
This is
if,
incredibly subtle foreshadowing.
You know. I was drifting in sleep, but soon I heard a voice echoing in the distance.
Tyrion!
Tyrion!
What? Rah! Celeste?
Tyrion, I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you.
You really should have. You're not a very good bodyguard if you decided that running off and leaving me in a room with a murderer was a good idea.
You know, in hindsight, that really does sound very stupid, honestly.
Like, there's no Beatrice thing needed here. Garrick Pierce has murdered her father in cold blood. We know Broski...
It was kind of hot-blooded.
I mean, it was hot-blooded, but, you know, it's from her perspective.
Yeah, wait, it was hot-blooded, and we've now made his blood hot.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Regardless, he's
a guy
murderer.
volatile enough to murder people when he gets too pissed.
He's a murderer who would definitely want to murder Tyrion.
Yeah, absolutely, we know that.
and you left him in a room with him. Like, what?
I should have never left you alone with him.
Hey, it's okay. Tears were streaming down her face. I'd only ever seen her like this one other time. Held her head tightly against my chest. She was practically clinging to me, shuddering with each sob. Just stay
Okay, Sean
quiet,
Connery.
and embraced her as she cried in relief. How long was I out? Scanned the room,
Oh,
realizing that there were other people here
shit.
with us.
Wait, so they put the chalk outline there before they even checked Tyrion?
Yeah.
Or did someone just like go up to his neck and go like, "Oh, he's got a
He's
pulse.
just sleepy.
He's got a pulse. It's fine." And then just like just leave him there. We'll put the chalk outline on here. I'm guessing that's Garrick then.
Yeah, so Garrick's dead.
Lloyd is dead.
Garrett's dead, Lloyd is dead, and
Coraline is probably
Coraline's
dead as well.
So
So with William also being dead, that leaves Lucio as the only Pillar family head.
Yeah. Lucio dub.
Jeez.
Steelwind dub as usual. I scanned the room, realizing that there were other people here with us. Commander White was leading the group of knights. They all had their weapons drawn and were surrounding someone who was lying unconscious in the room with us. It was Steelwind. Commander, I understand your position, but there has to be another explanation.
Oh, that's why she was illusioned to be Beatrice.
Ah, okay.
Look, Your Majesty, I feel about this the same way you do. But it has to be a case of mage blood.
Looked around the room and saw a pool of blood at the end of one of the tables. There was even a chalk outline around it already. Horrible realization came over me. Celeste, where's Pierce?
Dad?
She just
Dad?
looked away from me, tears welling up in her eyes again.
Don't know how to tell you this, kid, but he's dead.
What?
Honestly, consider yourself lucky you're in one piece.
One Piece!
This isn't One Piece, this is Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane.
Whatever you're paying the mage girl, it's not enough.
No. Whatever he's paying the mage girl, it's too much. I could get some crackhead off the street who'd protect me better than her.
Oh, okay, hold on. Just look what it seems like from his perspective. though.
Okay, yeah. But who... I looked at the knights who had all their weapons pointed at the prosecutor. Steelwind did this. And another dub for the Overanalyzing game stories team.
Yep. Another dub for the OGS team. This is the thing. Like, there's a lot of cases where you can just align yourself with the data points.
Yeah, I honestly think a big problem with Tyrion Cuthbert is it gives us way too much information before the case actually starts. Like, look, there's that thing they say of a good mystery thing can be solved like within the first few pages or whatever, but like, not to this degree. It's like if you can work out how something could have been done, that's different to you can use process of elimination to work out who did it exactly.
Yeah. I'd put it as just. I'd phrase it as just it can be solved.
Yeah.
Because like as long as like in the revelation, in like the summation part, the detective doesn't pull out new evidence out of their butt.
And there was a hidden 45 underneath the chair.
How do you explain the fact that she wouldn't have been able to hide behind the door? Oh well, simple. She hid behind the door. It's like no, hold on. You told us no one could hide behind that door.
It wasn't just Lord Pierce. We also found the bodies of Lord Von Sanctus and Lady Sybil. All of us were attacked, and several members of the Kingsguard have gone comatose.
I don't want to believe it, but several people saw Steelwind acting off at the scenes of each of the murders.
Also found her unconscious here. Pierce's body was lying next to her. No, it wasn't her. I saw Beatrice before I passed out. She was the one that knocked us out. Beatrice?
Oh, that's funny that he's got. Isn't that the same as like?
Celeste.
Oh god, it is the same as Celeste.
What the hell's going on?
Suddenly, the knights surrounding Steelwind began shouting. Looked like the prosecutor had regained consciousness. Arya rose limply, still half asleep. Her body was swaying as if it were taking all her energy to sit upright. I slowly scanned the room, noticing the knights who were surrounding her with their weapons drawn. She then noticed the blood on the floor. Her eyes became wide. She quickly raised the palms of her hands. Her gloves were dirty and ripped.
Commander White, you need to put me in a holding cell! It needs to be one with an anti-magic field!
What?
I'm not in control of my actions, we need to go now!
What are you talking about?
Now is not the time. Do it, Commander!
locked in for once. Ari got locked in suddenly.
Well, she
Right.
can be locked in now because she's not against us.
That's true.
Like that's
She's not got the curse of the prosecution bench.
yeah. It's a case of, and I don't blame them because it is a tricky thing to do. It's a tricky thing to do to have an opponent be competent in a mystery story, because at the end of the day, the detective gets the right answer, don't they?
Yeah.
It's just flat out unsatisfying if the detective doesn't work it out.
Yeah.
Like the detective can lose, by working out too late, or something goes wrong along the way. They can still lose per se, or maybe they work it out but they don't catch the guy, kind of thing. So they can still lose, but they have to work it out because it has to be worked out. It has to be. So ultimately, the detective has to be right about their interpretations.
Yep.
So it's very difficult to have someone seem just as smart as the detective, but be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but every time we've gone up against Ruby or Arya, they've taken a 50% drop in IQ. They do not have 200 plus IQ on this, and that is, and it's slightly unsatisfying. Like I said,
pretty unsatisfying.
like I said, it's difficult. So like I don't super blame them for getting this part wrong.
But I think you can have Edgeworth.
He should have just studied Edgeworth more.
A large thing that the Ace Attorney games do is that the prosecution really believes what they're saying.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, Edgeworth is really like, no, this is the only way it could have happened, and then you prove something contrary. They're not being like duplicitous or anything. They're just saying, hey, this could be the way it happened.
That's another thing. Tyrion's too competent in this game, because sometimes what works a lot in Phoenix Wright is that you're just looking for a contradiction. You're kind of bumbling your way towards the truth, and the moment you find a contradiction, you usually go like, oh, there's a contradiction, proving it. Here's the evidence, here's why what you've said is just flat out wrongo bongo, and you're feeling great.
Yeah.
And then Edgeworth goes like, look, Mr. Wright, I'm not sure why you seem so happy with yourself for proving unequivocally that the witness didn't see a third party.
Yeah.
So you have just successfully helped my case because you have just proven that the third party that this witness saw was actually the defendant.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, shit!
She lay down flat on the ground, placing her hands on her head. Even in her own arrest, she was taking the lead. Watched as the Inquisition placed a pair of manticles around her wrists.
Manticles? I thought it was manacles.
I thought it was manacles, but maybe I'm just...
No, let's look that up afterwards.
Exchanged glances before she left the room. Just looked down, defeated. Damn it all, what happened? I know you have many questions, Mr. Cuthbert. We should make sure that you're okay.
Yeah, there's a necromancer in the nave.
Still had no idea what happened while I was asleep. And I could feel the weariness still holding my body. That helped me up. Made a note of the current time. It's 3:12 p.m.
What time zone? What time zone, Tyrion?
Pacific
Tyrion, what
Midwestern
time
time. What? Arrived back at the nave, meeting with the necromancer they were talking about. Couldn't stay still, not after discovering what happened while I was asleep. He only reprimanded me, telling me that I wouldn't do any good to anyone if I collapsed from an unseen injury. He's got the time of origin.
Vanishing, ancient earth.
I couldn't really argue against that.
So, okay, I'll stop assaulting people with Guilty Gear soundtrack. No, hold on. Let me rephrase that. I'll stop assaulting people with poor renditions of Guilty Gear soundtrack. You can't get assaulted by
Nothing
Guilty
seems
Gear
to be
soundtrack.
out of the ordinary, except
What? What's wrong with him?
you just let me finish. There appears to be a trace amount of necromancy on you, Mr. Cuthbert. Necromancy? It's probably nothing. Your assistant casts any spells on you.
Oh, right. I used mend wounds on him when I found him unconscious.
Expected as much. It never hurts to make sure.
So he used Repario Arcanum, I'm guessing?
So, in other words, she did the thing that everyone would do when they find someone unconscious.
Yeah.
Weird that Celeste's the first person in 100 years to have done that. And that's a statement I can say. Nothing seems to be out of... Because we've now learnt that people... We've now learnt that people do Repario Arcanum on people when they're checking them medically.
Oh.
What?
At least the people in verse are getting smarter.
Wait. Also, this guy's a doctor, right? I mean, they said he was a necromancer.
Sure.
Necromancer, but he's like a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't he say someone's cast a trace amount of healing spell on you? Since healing is the widely accepted term for this type of magic.
I don't know.
I think it's because Tyrion... I think it's because he somehow knows that Tyrion knows that necromancy is the proper term for it. Because we know it.
For one thing, I'd like to mention that why we know no one's done it in 100 years is because they said... is because the first half of Case 2 was everyone freaking out about the fact that there was a trace amount of necromancy on the corpse. Which, by the way, it was in fact mend wounds that was used on the corpse.
Yep.
So there's that. And traces go away after only 48 hours minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So we also know that it's not a case of someone found the body and then a few hours later it wore off, because it doesn't wear off after a few hours. It wears off after 48. That's 2 entire days. Furthermore, we've also been told explicitly that Mend Wounds is a basic baby healing spell.
Mm-hmm.
We were told that in Case 2 by
literal children.
Valerie.
Learn it.
Yeah, the little children learn it in their first class! Or something like that, right?
Yep.
She said something like that.
Their first theurgy class.
My third theurgy class! Oh, I can't wait to, in the highlights reel, just pull that part from...
Yeah.
It'll be great. But, yeah, so to conclude, yeah, I have no idea what this dude's talking about.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary. You're quite healthy. Except a little fat. Maybe you've been lazing around for a month? Celeste breathed a sigh of relief as she went to sit down at one of the benches near the altar. She took a deep breath, allowing the knots in her shoulders to unravel. She sat there for a while, eyes staring into space, waiting for the feeling to pass.
Oh, like when you cardio too hard and you just feel like you're gonna spew. You know what I mean?
Seems like the only thing that hit you was the sleep spell. Consider yourself lucky. She didn't even think to check you before trying to heal you. I'd expect a bodyguard to keep a more level head.
She didn't even think to check you before trying to heal you.
Yeah, what would be...
Why wouldn't you just do it first?
What would be the problem with using Mend Wounds on a body that doesn't?
Look, I'm just saying. Like
Tyrion.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So, like, basically, in our world, we do have to check a person to see if they have any conditions to them, and then deliver them the appropriate response.
Well, yeah, because if we say have someone who has a blood clotting problem and needs to take anticoagulants, then we can't exactly just give them some blood clotters and then, make their heart stop because a big blood clot gets in there.
Because any medicine in the wrong condition is a poison instead.
Yep.
So that means we have to check first. Mend Wounds, as far as we're aware, has no negative effects when used on a person who isn't, wounded, right? Yeah. In fact, it may be the case that Tyrion wasn't. So, because he didn't mention having any blood on his clothes, did he?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if he was stabbed, but then she came and, healed him.
If I wrap some bandages around your head, it's not going to do much. But if I put a magically close every wound on your body spell on you before checking where your wound is, that will work 10 times out of 10.
So if you're wounded, it doesn't... The only potential negative downside would be the caster acquiring Mage Blight off of it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, this is a low-tier spell that is learned by children. So I'm not sure why it would induce magipsychosis when it seems to be the case that more complex, that's in scare quotes, spells seem to induce it more easily.
I just narrowed my eyes at him and said nothing, despite the fact that he'd just said something completely nonsensical. But I guess no one is ever prepared for when these things happen. I definitely wasn't. You should be fine to go about your business. Feel free to speak with me again if you experience anything out of the ordinary.
He seems chill.
Thank you, I'm Lord Lazaric Asclepius, of House Asclepius.
So that's a minor house, isn't it?
Young head of House Asclepius, a noble house known for their knowledge and studies in necromancy. Seems to be friends with Leaf Frager. I thought the house that was big on necromancy was, like, destroyed by the Steellands. That was 7KST. Shh. He was wrapped in a large cloak. Every part of him was covered except his face, which was also half covered.
He kind of had a Kakashi thing going on with his left side, with the left side of his face.
At first, I found him to be a bit too blunt and standoffish. Literally you, Tyrion. But it seemed to come from a place of care. When he checked my bodies for injuries, his hands and eyes moved efficiently, not carelessly. He looked like someone who was passionate about his work and nothing else. I really wish Arya would have gone to me when she needed some healing instead she went to that weird guy who couldn't even heal her basic wounds.
You mean your apprentice?
Yes. There are no thanks needed. My apprentice apparently owes you a lot. An apprentice?
Hi!
Wallace Nightgrave. Shut up, Wallace. Back out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wallace Nightgrave. Said he was one of your clients a few months ago. Oh, right. Steelwind did mention that she introduced you to.
No, she didn't.
She did. At the
She
end of the
did?
last case, she said, I'm gonna mention him to House Asclepius.
Oh, that's where we had the talk about Asclepius originally, of the
Yeah.
pronunciation of it.
Which I really don't know why that whole thing was. Again, I don't. The necromancy thing totally did have the. It was taboo. That's why we didn't know about it, and now it's just not. We're just
Yeah.
waffling about saying.
It
he
works
is
for the-
saying to as all of he knows, from what he knows, he is saying to a complete no-name, albeit a guy in this church at the event, but to just some random guy, effectively,
Yeah.
a celebrity.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I'm a necromancer. It's like going up to, you go to a big event.
Charles Magnus.
You go up to a big event, and yeah, Charles Magnus is there. And you're like, yo, Charles Magnus, did you know that I actually have access to the nuke codes? And it's like, what the fuck? Okay, he's a celebrity, but like maybe he's not in on it. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be
He's a
exactly
celebrity
saying,
himself, well known for having nuke codes.
like, maybe you shouldn't say random shit like
Can you go into the evidence and show that again?
that. What? Show what again?
A house known for their knowledge and studies in necromancy.
I don't know.
Actually outright known for it. Speaking of,
I'm finding it difficult to believe that she did this. Mageblight isn't exactly a benign condition. When it takes hold of a mage, it doesn't matter what kind of person they are. Violent behavior is almost always a result of rage-filled delirium that it puts them in. It's unfortunate, but mages have to be held responsible when cases like this happen. Unless someone is framed.
Tyrion, I fought her.
What?
Do you remember back when we heard that weird sound? I went outside to see what was going on.
Oh, damn.
I saw her standing on for a bunch of unconscious guards. Tried to ask her what was going on, but she didn't say anything. She just attacked me. She was so cold and emotionless, it almost looked like she was sleepwalking.
She probably didn't say anything because it was actually someone else disguised as her. I mean, the thing is, we already know.
why would that be someone disguised as her when...
I don't know, it just could be. I think that the problem I'm having here is that we've been given so many things of minor, major, minor illusions, major illusions, demonic illusions, which we don't know the, stuff of.
Mhm.
Demonic illusions could be anything. It could be fart 2 times in a row, and boom, you become a perfect you become a perfect copy of someone and can mimic everything they can do, voice and all. We
How
don't know
could
what
someone
that is.
discover that?
Well, no, I'm just saying that like Eris could do that because
Fart 2 times in a row and turn into a perfect copy of someone?
effectively, yeah, because Eris has mind control abilities. She can definitely turn into other people. We know that because we saw in the like part 4 thing, she was looking like his daughter.
Oh yeah, so
So-
she can alter the perception of people.
Yeah, so she has some
Seemingly
form of illusion.
indefinitely.
She has some form of infinite illusion ability as well. So at the end of the day, and teleport, summon objects, things like that. There are plethora of options for these people who have at their disposal Eris with unknown abilities that are all busted. Aster, who presumably has some very busted arcane arts himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then Beatrice, who they can control. Beatrice, who they can control with or without actual mind control. They can just control her through the contract with Scrabbler.
Uh-huh.
And also a confirmed mind-controlled Arya.
Uh-huh.
So they can do any jiggery-pokery they need, make them look like Aster, make them look like Beatrice, make Beatrice look like Arya, make Eris look like Arya,
Yes, but the fact of the matter is, that Arya that we just saw has to have been Arya.
That Arya, yes, that was Arya. But unless she says here that she fought her and then she went into the room and collapsed, there could have been a switch.
I guess.
I'm just saying random things, but the point I'm trying to make is that they have so many options to do this crime and get away with it. It's not even fun. There's no anti-magic fields here too, so they can literally do whatever they want. Do any number of things. It's like saying how can I kill a zombie in Minecraft? There's like 20 I can think of off the top of my head. Pour lava on it, drown it in water, hit it with get an iron golem out, hit it with your sword, make it fall off a cliff. Any number of things.
Fling a crossbow bolt at it.
So
Create a redstone contraption.
there's any number of
Lead
ways
it
you can
into
kill it.
sunlight.
And they have all of these options. But the irony here is, despite the fact they have all these options, we still know it was Aster, Eris, Arya, and Beatrice. And why do we know that? Motivation. Simple motivation and simple, the story is just leading us to this conclusion.
Okay, if we're going motivation, then let's hit means, motive, and opportunity. Let's do it legit.
Okay. I mean, well, what means and opportunity. What do we say about that?
Well, means-wise... means-wise... So means... Could they have acquired the murder weapon / could they have acquired what it was that killed the victim?
Yeah.
Opportunity. Were they around at the time?
Okay, so
Like, did they not have an alibi?
let's tick
essentially?
off opportunity immediately. They have 4 people
Uh-huh.
who may or may not be able to teleport at any time and can turn into other people.
Uh-huh.
They have opportunity. There is not a situation in which they don't have opportunity.
Means we have to skip out on because we don't know how they were killed yet. So that leaves us opportunity.
We know that presumably... We can say that presumably... we can say presumably that Lloyd was crossbow bolted by either Aster or someone illusioned as Aster, brackets Eris, the like. We know that Garrick was presumably stabbed by Arya in mind controlled.
Mm-hmm.
And then they probably took out what's her name? They probably took out I can't remember, Sybil. They probably took out Coraline by just waiting for the stone thing to wear off, or else killing her in a way that would still function while she's stone, e.g. chucking her off a cliff, throwing her into a lake, etc. Because not to mention, Aster said, oh, you used that on her, and that's a no concentration thing. Very intelligent. Because, obviously he was saying, oh, even if I kill you, it won't wear off immediately. And that's why he said, Arya, go dispose of her. So, again, go find a cliff. Yeah, I think then going on to so means
I'm just like motive. Let's just
means
let's
again pretty
motive.
simple. I think means and opportunity aren't an issue. The real thing, the real clincher here, is the fact of motive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Eris's motive has been stated to us. She wants the final act. She wants to torture Tyrion. She wants this, that, and the other. Beatrice's motive, she works for Eris. Arya's motive, she is mind-controlled by Eris. Now, why is Asta involved? Well,
That's the big question, isn't it?
yeah, because basically, we know that another person is involved here.
Yeah.
Why do we know that?
Another male guy.
Another male guy. Why do we know that? And it's not just that male guy was mind-controlled, for instance.
Yeah.
Well, we know that because Eris is not acting on this alone. She's clearly not acting on this alone because if she was, there would be no reason to go through all this rigmarole to kill these guys here. These people individually, Tyrion doesn't even like. Garrick, Coraline, and Lloyd are all Tyrion's enemies.
Yeah.
So this doesn't torture Tyrion in any really meaningful way.
Uh-huh.
However, what it does do is destabilise the kingdom to the point where only House Steelwind is left as a pillar family, which is also having its heir arrested.
Oh, so it leaves Asta, who's in bed with Eris, as
Yeah.
the only person with any political power.
Yeah.
Which means Eris, since they're in league with each other, they can just do all the evil wackadoodle stuff that they want.
So is it Asta? Yeah. I believe it is definitely Asta. Does Lucio have a reason to do it? Not really. Does Remus? No. I'll give the example there of Lucio doing it. Why? He has the power. We know Lucio's super, super strong. Just go around and kill the guys if you don't like them. Many a time we've said that would be the case. It doesn't make sense for him to go through this rigmarole.
He's done it or threatened it multiple times.
Yeah. Remus, I don't really know about his motivations, but right now he is effectively God King of Isengard. What would be the point in killing his underlings? He could just fire them.
Yeah.
Asta is a member of this kingdom, which is more and more seeming demonically aligned, and Eris is a demon. It literally makes so much sense for Asta to, like, go over to with Eris and say, hey, we should take over the kingdom, it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So then that leads to, okay, Asta probably did it. Now, what's another reason we can say Asta probably did it? Well, that scene with Steelwind? Was the knight important? No, he was unnamed, he was just some guy. He's probably somewhat important because he was, like, mind-controlled, presumably, since he just didn't respond to Lucio, unless he actually was just shocked by the situation. Does that do anything for Lucio? Absolutely not. Lucio's just sitting there trying to bonk a force field. However, and specifically, he's doing that to a guy whose testimony may or may not mean anything. Asta, however, is in an impenetrable force field that they just have to wait to wear off. This now means that Asta has an airtight alibi, because he was there with Lucio and all of those Kingsguard members who were setting up a perimeter around him, so he couldn't have done anything. The alibi is a little scuffed since he, I'm pretty sure, could technically just still keep casting, and we know there are multiple spells that could easily be used to kill someone from range. Familiar bond, summon a weapon, so on and so forth. So, but it gives the impression that Asta has an alibi. Now, why is that also important? It was shown to us for no particular reason other than to set that point up. If that wasn't that important and would later become important, for like a brief section of time, that would be shown then, not now. But it was shown immediately after all of the other things that were going on around the murder time. to effectively signal, hey, look, Asta couldn't have done it. Asta clearly could have done it. I think that's just a red herring to say, no, Asta couldn't have done it.
Beatrice in the cage with major illusion.
Very simple, yeah.
That's actually pretty strange. What do you mean? Someone's affected by mage blight. They enter an extreme state of psychosis and rage. Psychotic episodes like that raise the affected mage's paranoia to ridiculous levels.
If you want to know what that looks like, watch Cyberpunk 2077 Edgerunners.
Yeah.
That's why these cases almost always end in
When was
violence.
this game released?
I'm not sure.
I'm just saying, like, what if Mage Blight is based on cyberpsychosis?
Oh, yeah, it could directly be, yeah, you're right. But, like, this is... I only brought up the whole Asta thing for such a long time. I only laboured the point, because it's a consistent problem that this game has been having. Of... Yes, it's good to foreshadow, and yes, you have to foreshadow, but there are ways of foreshadowing that are clumsy.
2023.
So it easily could have been. But there are ways of foreshadowing that could... There are ways of foreshadowing that can be very heavy-handed. Things like having that Asta scene really ring alarm bells in my mind, because we've had other situations going on in other cases. Things like Miriam walking around the halls, or you know, or what, say, Reese Rudolph being outside the tavern. We've had things that weren't directly shown to us at the time, that later became important through the extension of linking to something else. We always get to see directly the villain doing the murder, effectively. Every case. We got to see Lloyd speaking through the cat to kill... What?
Case 2.
Oh, yeah, I guess case 2 we didn't, funnily enough.
Case 2, the only one.
Because we got to hear Lloyd speaking through the cat, then Justin falling in the vat.
And then 4...
4, we got to see Beatrice going, clap, clap, and then
clap, clap.
Scrabler was through the ducts. You know, there's like... I mean, again, it just kind of comes from... it also comes from a place of the characters' motivations are way too simple. Like, the characters' motivations tend to just... You know, they tend to be fairly simple and fairly one-note. Like, Lucio, we know what he wants. Lazarick doesn't really matter because he's just this guy, and this is case 5, so it needs to be a pre-established character. There's a lot of jiggery-pokery, you know what I mean? But from what Celeste said, she wasn't acting psychotic. She was completely emotionless. You might be on something, Mr. Cuthbert. What you're saying is true. There has to be more to this.
What are you going to do?
At the very least, we need to find out what actually happened.
But you saw her, right? Commander White, you need to put me in a holding cell. It needs to be one with a mantiagic field. Never mind,
What?
an anti-magic field. I'm not in control of my actions. We need to go now.
I'll allow it because there was a save point between things.
Fair. She wanted them to arrest her.
Something else was happening here. As he died, this felt far too coincidental to be a simple accident. I wasn't sure where each of the murders occurred. The Inquisition could tell me more about what happened. There was also Steelwind. If she really was affected by Mage Blight, she would remember what may have caused it. I stood up. There was work to be done, and it was about time I ended my sabbatical. Ooh!
Repario Arcanum.
Stained glass window.
Yeah,
It's an
we
altar.
checked these already.
And it's also got a cross on it. I'm never going to let that cross go.
Jesus Christ.
That's the cross of Jesus Christ. We arrived at the prayer room. It was now swarming with knights from the Inquisition. I found myself staring at the chalk outline of where Pierce's body once was.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Now is not the time for an existential crisis. Steelman's future counted on us figuring out what happened. Inquisition believes that Steelman broke into this room, knocked out Pierce and me, then killed him. I remembered it clearly. I saw Beatrice before I lost consciousness. There's something else happening here. Celeste also fought Steelman after Beatrice knocked me out. She could tell me more about how she was acting.
I just...
What?
I don't know if I like that, is the funny
Like
thing.
what? Oh, let's see.
Ah! What the?
There are traces of conjuration magic all over the room.
Must have been left by Beatrice's sleep spell.
Celeste, can you do the thing you did in the last case where you say, I see loads of abjuration, but I'll let it go?
Oh, right, there's a trace of transmutation here. It's all over the area around his body.
Interesting. Did the murderer wound him using a transmutation spell? What were you going to say you didn't like?
I was going to say that, like... I swear this isn't the first time Tyrion's gone, something's not right. Celeste, let's investigate. Like, this is something that should be, honestly, deeply personal. Because Arya is a friend. Like, an actual friend of ours.
Yeah.
And this isn't coming from a personal case of, look, Celeste, let's look around. At the very least, we can find... you said the thing about the Mage Blight, and it's like, how is this not coming from a place of... I think we should defend her. I think we should try and reduce her. I think we should, try our best to... if it's Mage Blight, and she wasn't... there's maybe the possibility that she wasn't responsible for what gave her Mage Blight, or she... maybe there's more to this. If she wasn't responsible for giving herself Mage Blight, there's the possibility that she isn't legally responsible for these murders.
Yeah.
The person who gave her Mage Blight would be.
Yeah.
Because, these two should be saying, like, God, Arya would never, do this, and it sucks, and, got to do something about this. We got to make sure that this is fair, this trial's done fairly, Like, oh, well, if she did it, but let's check. Let's check and make sure, because she's, she's a good person and she's a friend of ours, so we should try and help her.
Yeah.
At the very least, we need to be in her corner, because Tyrion's also very much about being in the corner of people who don't have anyone in their corner.
There are lanterns hanging around the room. They're still lit.
I'm just saying, in case 4, it was fine because he didn't really have much of a connection to any of the Fragers. So there's not going to be we got to help Beatrice. Like, you just met her. Like, of course you're not going to care. So I'm totally okay with him being like, something doesn't feel right. Let's investigate. Like, that's a decent enough excuse. But for something like this, we've got the much more obvious excuse of, well, Arya's our friend. We need to help her out. I know it sounds very much like 1-4, but seriously, if we're going this route, just take a page from the playbook of 1-4 and have the first thing we do be go to Rathhome and have a chat with Arya and say, look, Arya, we want to investigate and defend you, honestly.
Yeah.
And she can have Arya could quite reasonably have a bit of, I kind of did do it, though. I had Mage Blight. And he's like, well, yeah, but what if you didn't really cause yourself Mage Blight? What can you tell me anything about it? And she's, of course, going to be like, oh, well, I don't know, I just got Mage Blight, la-di-da-di-da, because, of course, she has to just get it. She can't know how she got Mage Blight, otherwise the case is over. But, and then Tyrion goes like, I think I'm going to investigate and see if I can find any proof that you weren't the one who caused yourself Mage Blight. Because if I can prove that, then you didn't really kill these people. Someone used you as a weapon to kill them.
That was actually a funny thing I just realised. Remember when we climbed on Oris? Oris? What? Remember when we climbed on Orim effectively for saying that the Mage Blight cases were weird because whenever they got out of Mage Blight, they were always like, it wasn't me, I didn't do it. And you're like, yeah, everyone says that. Like, what have you, what do you mean? That's not an excuse. That's like, day one, people who are in their right mind get caught for murder and say, I didn't do it. Like, that's not, you know, that's not exactly the eureka moment you think it is, Oren. But funnily enough, Arya got out of mind control and immediately said, oh shit, I did it. You need to arrest me. And that would be more like... I would actually argue that would be more... This is really weird, because people who are so responsible and take such responsibility for their actions wouldn't accidentally just go Mage Blight.
Yeah.
And Oren could say, yeah, we've seen our fair share of Mage Blight cases and everything, but there's this weird like string of Mage Blight cases where really responsible people, I mean really well-respected people, suddenly go Mage Blight. And, you know, even when we arrest them, they're perfectly cordial with us. That's not normal. Usually when people come out of Mage Blight, they're still at least a little bit agitated and stuff. These guys just wake up and go, oh no, I've done it, please arrest me.
Yeah.
That's just weird. Then I'd be like, okay, Orm's got a point there. That is a little bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, you know, instead he
It's
just
an
said,
inherent like difficulty of having, say, a magic system and then having to and then having to be like, oh, this weird thing that shouldn't happen. It's like, well, all of this is that weird thing that shouldn't happen to us.
Well,
So it's kind of tricky for us to feel like, oh, that is weird.
But that's just why you have to redouble your efforts to really
make a
drill into our
concrete
hair or head.
Yeah, you need a concrete, set in stone magic system. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. No exceptions. And then an exception appears, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. You want us to be going, hang on, that doesn't make
That's
sense.
not how that
That's
works.
not how that works.
There must be some explanation for this, because that's not how this works.
You don't want us to be in the situation we are now, where I'm just thinking, okay, well, we just need to work out
And don't
how.
make the answer for how CAC or the power of love.
Now, but we're in a situation now where we have to go, wow, look at that. We're in a situation where now we're going, wow, look at that. This murder happened. There are like 12,000 different ways this could have gone. We just need to find the actual way it did go. Because again, as stated, we have demonic magic involved, which rules go out the window for that. And minor illusion, major illusion, teleport, summon, etc. Familiar, you know, yada yada yada. We have a lot of spells that are really hard to trace and really, really effective at doing what they do. I mean, fuck, we even still have invisibility to work with.
Oh god, I forgot about invisibility.
Someone can just go clap to make themselves invisible for an hour, then teleport, leaving literally no way of knowing that they were there, since they have now teleported, leaving traces on themselves, while invisible, which means they are completely undetectable unless you just coincidentally go, I feel like someone's in the room with me, despite the fact that they make no noise and have no... I can't see them, can't hear them, and have no way of knowing they're in the room with me.
Maybe they're really stinky.
So, unless you just randomly say, Repair Arcanum, in your conversations, you're not going to know if someone just invisibility teleported into the room. Fairly simple, you know, like, it is what it is. There are 3 stained glass windows. They look quite nice. Ain't no way you just told me. Look at this. Look at that. No, nothing. Nothing.
What do you mean nothing? We were told they look quite nice.
I'm actually fuming at that one.
That kind of made me angry. That
Yeah.
made me a little bit angry. Like, we've got 3 very distinctive looking figures in a church for a religion that we know nothing about, and you're not going to tell us anything about the figures? All we can say is that middle guy is probably Rathalion, the Scaled Lord. But those 2 guys on the other side, we can't say anything about, because let me tell you something, we know of 7 mages that he gave magic to, and only 2 of them are here. So are they his most trusted 2? Are they the 2 associated with praying the most? Are they...
They're not Steelwind, because he's commonly depicted as a young man. Since in the university, he was a young man wearing, like, you know, traditionally magician attire. This guy's in armor, that guy's in, you know...
Or is that guy the Pope?
Yeah.
And is that guy the king on the right?
I don't know.
We could have learnt so much here, honestly, but we were told nothing.
This is another problem with Tyrion Cuthbert, though, when we say we learn so much about random things like like the knowledge that dishwashers exist. But I don't know if they do confessions.
Washing machines live longer with Sanctus.
Like, I don't know if they do confessions here. I'm assuming they don't because I don't see any confessionals. So I guess confessing is a specifically legal thing. Because I don't see any confessionals here, do you?
Maybe they're behind us.
Maybe they're behind us. Okay. The cathedral also has a prayer room, but no confessional room or anything as well. So I can, from what I'm seeing, I'd assume there's no confessions in this religion. But I would actually want someone to go through the text and see, do they ever mention confessing in a religious context?
This is a weird prayer room anyway.
It is rather weird, because we have these desks. I'm assuming
It kind
they're
of gives
desks.
the impression that you sit on them and then pray left or right.
Yeah, you pray left or right.
Oh no!
What?
There's more
There's
depictions
more of these
over on the
over
right
here?
and left.
We can't even click those, so they're not even nice.
Yeah, they're kind of mid. We're in the biggest church in
It's like-
Isengard, and the paintings are mid.
Especially if you're going to have Case 5 and really the entire thing as a whole be more about religion than about the
Than the
class
legal
system.
and the class system, yeah.
If you're going to switch up halfway through the narrative and change it to a religious thing rather than a class and legal thing, then you really have to tell me what the actual fuck the legal, the religious thing is. I don't know what it is.
Well, he had to be in a church because it's a better backdrop for the gods and demons war. That's
But
kind
that is
of-
more important than the class thing. The chalk outline of where Pierce's body probably was. Looks like he was sitting against the altar when he died. Blood stain seems to imply that the fatal wound came from his chest. An autopsy report would be really helpful here. I need to ask the commander for a copy the next time I saw him.
How are we going to get our hands on it if we're not the... Well, let's just go into the Rathome dungeons. Oh, never mind.
Let's review what
Still.
happened. Before Beatrice knocked me out, we heard a commotion outside, and you went to investigate. Can you tell me more about your fight with Steelwood? What was she like?
Well, she wasn't her usual self. It's like she was in some kind of daze. I noticed it even before she attacked me. Something was wrong with her. She didn't even respond to me when I tried to talk to her. It's like she didn't even recognize me.
But from what Lord Asclepius said, she would have been acting more erratically if she was affected by mage blight. It's possible that you fought someone disguised as her.
From dramatic irony, we surmise that it's not that, it's that she is being possessed by Erisel matter.
I guess that's possible.
And things...
That's not possible.
And it's also... Yeah, that's another thing that's done a lot, that is just pattern recognition. The first thing they say is usually just wrong. And we know the truth. You know, like they usually say, oh, well, I guess there just could have not been a cat up there, or rat-shaped thingy. And then it turns out, no, there was a cat up there. It's like, oh, okay.
I've sparred with her before, and this was definitely different. But whoever they were, their magic was still extremely powerful.
Several members of the Four Pillar families were assembled here. It could have been one of them. I mean, let's look at our list of people who are in on this plan. Beatrice, stated to be really powerful. Asta, stated to be really powerful. Eris, really powerful.
Tyrion, you're leaving out the fact that literally every single pillar head was here.
Yeah.
Lucio Steelwind, Coraline Sybil, Lloyd von Sanctus, and depending on how you take it, Leif Freyga or Beatrice Freyga.
Yeah.
Literally all of them are here. Everyone is here like it's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Could have been one of them. Oh, it stayed.
We should speak with Commander White when we get the chance. The Grand Cathedral was closed to the public for whatever was happening here.
I still don't get why no one knew about the royal wedding. When has that ever not been a public event? Usually, you know, plenty of places turn that kind of thing into a holiday. Specifically for everyone to come and see it. And shut down all of this and shut down all of that. There's a royal wedding going on. Let's go and see it.
Yeah,
Plenty of times throughout history.
as we said
Back in the
last
modern,
stream,
in the modern day and back in the past, they've been doing this.
as we said in the last stream, what's the point in a
Yeah, people
secret
would become-
political wedding?
People would be coming from like even back before we had like transportation, like trains and stuff. People would be coming from like all over. It'd be like they'd find out in advance, like months before, and then be like, "Oh shit, gotta go and see that," and just get on a horse and cart and go.
Without politics being public, it doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a secret politics thing unless you're doing something publicly. Like,
It's one of them collective consciousness things.
imagine if the Cold War was happening and secretly the US, the UK, all of the Western powers and the USSR and all of that, all of them just were doing that for fun. They actually had no intention of starting any shit ever. The Cuban Missile Crisis, bit of fun, just keep everyone on their toes. There was never any actual issue. If that was the case, then there would be some sort of secret agenda going on there, because clearly those governments didn't just decide to play a prank on the whole world. They wanted to do something there. If, let's say, they were, again, acting chill, and there wasn't any big, Cold War thing going on, there would be no political thing going on there. No politics would be happening because everyone was just minding their own business and sticking to themselves. Similarly, if you don't show people there's a political wedding, it's not a political wedding. People won't just find out that Steelwind is married to Asta. You'd only do this if there was a large portion of the population who didn't want this wedding to go through. And again, everyone was very highly religious, which the common populace of Isengard really don't seem to be. Time and again, more than 50% of the characters say, I'm not really into that religious schlock. So, clearly Isengard's a mostly atheist nation, if not, other religions / I don't know, I don't know, because other religions and the like seem to be banned, but I don't really, the commander of the Inquisition is also atheist, so I don't really know if the laws matter in that regard, since if the chief of police everywhere is saying, and all the head judges and stuff are saying, the cosmic balance is actually more legit, I don't think you're going to get heresy laws.
Well, they don't care if you're not part of the Church of Bahamut, they just want you to not be part of the Church of Lumina.
Yeah. So, but regardless, it doesn't seem to be that religious. So, it's not like even if there was a large group of people who didn't want this to happen, they wouldn't just deny its existence. Because they could just say, no, it didn't happen. If they're very religious, then they will have to go, oh no, the sanctity of God's wedding, they have been married. But technically, marriage is an entirely human concept. If you don't believe in any god and you don't believe in anything like that, marriage is a human concept where you say you two are officially and legally treated as the same or a similar entity legally. In a lot of cases. So, then that turns into something that isn't actually physically real. It's not a self-evident truth. Arya and Asta, on technicality, are not self-evidently married. They are just technically under this culture, they're married or whatever. But to, again, a group of detractors who are atheist, that would mean jack all. They wouldn't care. They'd just say, doesn't happen, don't care. So, what I'm saying here is I don't see the political reason to make a secret wedding, since by the very nature of the world, it does nothing, even if there is a reason.
They probably have a list of everyone who was present when the murder happened. The murders happened. That meant that whoever did this was probably one of the nobles who was here today. Beatrice can cast invisibility, so I doubt she'd let you see her. But did you see her at any point when you were fighting Steelwind? Celeste?
Hold on a second, can you deliberately turn it off? Or did she happen to just run out of that hour right before?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Sorry, I don't know. I was too focused on staying alive.
Maybe somehow Scrabbler managed to argue Squatter's rights on the sword of spell eating, and she told him pick up the sword so that I can.
that isn't even
say.
squatters' rights. That's stealers' rights.
Well, yeah, he said Squatter's rights because he's small enough that he can sit on the sword.
Mm.
I've actually been meaning to ask you about that. Aren't you really strong? I've never even seen you break a sweat in a fight before.
Well, she was really tough. It was terrifying, honestly. I've sparred with her before, but never with magic. I've never fought someone that spells that powerful before. So when you say spar, you mean like swords?
Yeah, I guess they just whacked some sticks together.
I didn't realise that Arya's sword fought.
Yeah. She didn't hurt you, did she?
No, but it got pretty close. I think she realised that she couldn't beat me, so she just ran past me into the prayer room.
So her real target was Pierce, but why? You see the moment she murdered Pierce?
No, when I arrived at the prayer room, I saw you and Steelwind unconscious on the ground. Pierce was already dead.
And I'm assuming you didn't see Beatrice anywhere?
No, she wasn't there when I arrived.
How'd she leave the prayer room without Celeste noticing?
Because she turned back into... wait. Hold on a sec. Because she turned back into... Okay, so she was Arya, then she turned into Beatrice in the room to confuse Tyrion, and then turned back into Arya.
Yeah, fella, she could literally have multiple layers of, like, multiple people in this plan, no major and minor illusion and invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
She could have layers of illusions on herself. Like, proper Scooby-Doo shit. She fucking takes off one mask and then takes another mask off and then takes another mask off.
During the afternoon of the murder, Celeste McCoy heard a suspicious sound and investigated the hallway, leaving her bodyguard person,
Her charge.
leading her charge behind, leading to the prayer room. Then she saw Arya Steelwind fighting the guards. Arya didn't respond to Celeste's questions and attacked her as well. The two fought to a standstill and Arya pushed past her. When Celeste arrived at the prayer room, she found Tyrion and Arya unconscious and Pierce was already dead. She didn't see Beatrice Frager at any point during the altercation.
You showed up at the prayer room for the meeting at 1:50 p.m. Then we interrogated Pierce for about half an hour. That's when we heard the commotion outside and you went to investigate it.
Right.
I think Beatrice knocked me and Pierce out 10 minutes after that. How long did you fight Steelwind before she pushed past you?
We definitely fought for a while. It must have been at least 20 minutes? After that, she gave up on fighting me and ran into the prayer room.
20 minutes is a hell of a long
20
fight.
minutes, man! And you're telling me that... So 20 minutes of fighting and this building is still here?
20 minutes of fighting doesn't sound like a lot, but it's an eternity. Like, genuinely, wow. Like, whoa. This isn't Dragon Ball, you know? You're not having episodes... You're not having multiple episode-long fights. Which means that Beatrice somehow got into the room during your fight.
Or...
It's a major illusioned Arya.
That discounts my theory of her disguising herself as Steel.
But Steelwind disguising herself as Beatrice...
Also, by the way, I just remembered that Major Illusion is a freestanding thing, so it could have just been a literal, like, there doesn't need to be anyone under that. No one touched Beatrice when she was there. That could have been a picture of Beatrice.
And also... I only saw her for a brief moment, so it could have been an illusion.
Yeah. Gained consciousness at 3:12 p.m. Means I was knocked out for more than 40 minutes. Still a lot of unknowns about what happened. Need all of the pieces if I wanted to set the board. Anyways,
Shot.
looked like I'd found everything I could have. It was time to move somewhere else. Need to visit the other crime scenes. What? Bro, he set off a bomb! Lloyd Von Sanctus casts self-destruct. It was just me, Celeste, and the statue. Horrible statue. I don't feel safe here.
Why is that statue freaking you out so much?
There's some demonic reason now. It's not just a joke. So I don't know why the reason. I don't know why the horse is evil, but there's something demonic with this horse.
Now, Pegasus is literally a celestial like you.
Excuse me, gods and horses that have wings are gods?
Yeah, horses with wings are gods.
Horses with wings are gods.
Horses
Okay.
with wings are gods.
I don't know. I can feel it suffering through the eye.
It's an inanimate object, Tyrion.
I was going to say that, oh, well, it's, well, somehow...
Someone cast stone on it.
I was,
now
yeah, it's
stone.
stone. I was going to say that, oh, it's, what's her name?
Huh?
But I was going to say that it was, Sybil. Coraline Sybil was made into that statue or something, but then I realised, no, he was still hearing the horses like this, that, and the other before. Let's move somewhere else. What goes through the mind of such a tortured creature?
Is it with you in this statue?
I don't know, but I can feel its emotions as if they were my own.
It's an inanimate object, Tyrion.
I can't, Tyrion, and I literally am in your head.
Yo! When do you think we're gonna use Detect Magic in the Lloyd Von Sanctus kill room?
Preparing Arcanum.
But I'm just saying, I can't... I'm in Tyrion's head. I can't experience the emotions, therefore Tyrion's literally lying. I'm not seeing it, even if it just said ... and then had the anger and sad and scared things blinking up. That would still make me go,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
he's lying to Celeste, because he is not experiencing its emotions like they were his own. This guy's a bullshitter. The bomb room. We retraced our footsteps and found the convent. This was the last place I'd seen Von Sanctus and Sybil before everything happened. Very reinforced glass. The place is full blasted, scorched through, and the glass got scorched. I don't even know how that works. Like, how is there so much dust in
I
this
love
room?
how there's this square, like someone definitely cast
Yeah.
some kind of protective thing there.
I looked around. The once pure white room was completely scorched. You could still smell the scent of burnt cloth and flesh in the air. What happened here?
Is that some kind of fire?
Yeah, we think a purple lit a fire using magic. As we entered the room, Commander White waved us over. He was accompanied by his usual legion of knights. Legion? Damn. Commander White. Hey, kid. Investigating what happened too. Just want to figure what happened, what really happened. You and me both. Nothing about this makes any damn sense. Honestly, you really use your help in trying to figure this out. Wasn't sure who I could trust at this point, but like always, the commander was leading the investigation.
Look, I'm just saying, I think Orin's pretty trustworthy because
Yeah.
he's pretty
Preparing Arcanum.
direct, if you will.
Abjuration.
There are traces of evocation in a bunch of different spots around the room.
I think some oil from the lanterns got knocked over during the massacre.
What does that have to do with evocation?
The Purp must have lit it on fire with some evocation spells, but we don't know if we did it on purpose or accidentally. The Kingsguard used a bunch of water-based evocation spells to put it out before the fire spread. Why would you fucking contaminate the crime scene like that, you dingleface? That makes sense. No, it doesn't! No, it doesn't! You don't clean up a murder scene by going up to the bloody knife and pouring a bunch of bloody knives on it.
I thought you were just going to say bleach or something.
No. Just like, they use the same thing, so we can't tell. That knowledge in mind,
That
there's
would
nothing
make
out of the
for a
ordinary.
really funny, like, skit in like a murder mystery parody, like, thing. I hate that square, it's making me angry.
It is a very cut off.
It's making me angry. It's not right. It's not right. It should look like a parallelogram. I mean, not like a parallelogram. It should... No. Look what I mean. Tell Celeste to piss off.
I can't.
God damn it.
Anyway, there's a trace of abjuration magic in the center of the room. It's misaligned.
The traces overlap with the body.
Kind of. It's sort of square-shaped.
Square-shaped? I'm pretty sure that's a rectangle at best. Can't see the traces, but there also seems to be a square-shaped outline around the body.
You're right. They overlap perfectly.
Here inside the square is a lot less burnt now that I look at it.
sure what that means yet, but it's definitely worth making a note of.
Look at that. Because of perspective, the one further away from us is a little shorter. So if you look at it with one eye
Yeah,
closed,
I see what you mean.
it's got a fatter line at the bottom and then 2 diagonal lines.
Oh my god, it's completely off. It's just so completely off.
I don't know why this
looking
is
at
making me so angry,
Look
but it's
at
just
that.
like, you have the outline right fucking there. Just use it.
Especially this part here. Look at this.
That's so obviously not in the square.
The top left part.
It's so not in the square.
All of this bit is just... Okay, whatever.
Look, I'd really, really, really like to know how it was that they created the spell fields in the detect magic like screens,
Yeah.
because I can't for the life of me work out why that's such a bad square.
Yeah.
It should just overlap perfectly, and they have a guideline because it's called the floor.
Yeah.
So I'm confused as hell. The only reason I'm so mad is because it feels like this wouldn't, like, unless it's some kind of weird process for how they made this, it feels like this should have taken 5 minutes to get right.
Yep. Because they made the square, so why not just
Why not
put
just
the white
use it
square?
on the square? Like, bro, why is the square, like, perspective? There's a trace of evocation magic near the body.
Wonder if the murder hit them with the evocation spell. Scorch marks all over the room. Fire must have spread pretty far. Yeah, it was probably going for a while. Not even noticed it until Prince Alaric told the Kingsguard that he saw smoke. Interesting. We should speak with him and see if he saw anything else. I'm going to assume the door is, open to some degree? Because the windows, smoke can't get through glass. And the walls, smoke can't get through walls, so...
Don't worry, kid, just look up. They look up.
It's just skylight.
It's just smoke.
Nice.
I was just thinking that all the smoke had just collected at the top.
Yeah. Prince Alaric was like, yo, there's a smoke in there.
I actually think it would have been interesting if the glass was broken.
Yeah.
And then Orim says that, oh, yeah, that wasn't because of the fight. We had to break the glass because there was so much smoke in the room.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, you know,
I
he
just-
goes like, oh, wow, it was such an intense fight. It just
I really
it
don't
must have
know how
destroyed the glass.
I really don't know how all the smoke got out of this sealed chamber.
Doesn't fire destroy glass?
It does because it
'Cause it
heats it
gets
up
hot
and then
too hot.
yeah. Glass is a glass as a crystalline lattice. When the bonds heat up or cool down too much, will end up. You know, the reason why things fracture in glass is because generally with crystalline lattice structures, you have one generally positive ball. You can think of it as one generally positive ball connected to one generally negative ball, and then just expand that out in a lattice. So, you know, each one's connected to 4 different balls of the opposite charge. If that shifts slightly too much, you now get, boom, you now have the problem of positive being next to positive.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And that shifts it along.
That means, yeah.
That's why it like, glass cracks?
Yeah.
Because along the crack... Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
That's why it so quickly fractures, whereas with
It's
a
like
metal...
brrrr, all the way across.
With a metal... That's just
That doesn't
that's-
happen, it
That doesn't have
heats up.
charge. It's just a brick of
And then the heat
generally
goes
neutral.
away.
So no matter how much you wallop it,
But the heat is actively, like, shifting the thing over.
yeah,
Damn, so that's how it works.
and then that's why you get that fracture line. That's why it's, you know, so suddenly.
And if
boom.
you're not lucky, it'll split off in other directions too.
Yeah,
Damn, that makes so much sense.
but like,
You know, I always wondered why that was the case.
I don't know how this smoke pattern happened anyway, and I don't know how they got the smoke out. Maybe they cast Suckio or Suck'em and then sucks all the smoke out.
You cursed Suckio Suck'em.
Oh, I hate using the spell.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's a chalk outline in the centre of the room. This must be where they found Von Sanctus's body. There's even bits of ash there. Must be burnt remains of his body. I didn't even clean up the body properly. They just went, scoop that into a bag, will you? Even now, the sunlight is shining through the stained glass windows. Looked like the fire reached them before it was put out. Ugh. This whole situation's a damn mess. The Inquisition found any clues to explain what happened. Haven't exactly had a lot of time. Only just received the autopsy report. It's still pretty useful. Do you have copies of them? Sure. Knock yourselves out. What?
Sure, knock yourselves out. I mean, by rights, he should. No, I was gonna complain, but then I was like, no, I'm not gonna complain, because the thing is, he did explicitly say, "Hey, can I go have your guys help?" Like, he's unofficially he's unofficially deputized them essentially with that. I mean, by rights, from an official standpoint, he shouldn't be putting this autopsy anywhere near the two technically civvies until they become the lawyers of the defendant and thus become connected to the case.
Traces of conjuration magic were found.
2:45 p.m.
Oh, this is prayer remarks.
Cause of death was blood loss. Shard of frozen liquid was found stabbed through his heart. It's very likely this was the murder weapon. I'm sorry. The wound also shows heavy traces of transmutation magic, and traces of conjuration magic were found in the room. I'm sorry, but a shard of frozen liquid was found in his heart. This is likely that is like me levels of non-committal.
Yeah, that is pretty bad.
Like, I'm the kind of person who, for some reason or another, says things like, it's like, well, I mean, as far as I'm aware, the sun is what's giving us our light.
Cause of death was suffocation or drowning.
Suffocation or drowning. Wait. Cause of death was suffocation. Her body was found floating in a
Those
nearby
are two
lake.
very different things.
Well,
if you
yeah,
find a lot of
cause of death was-
water if you find a lot of water inside the lungs, that's drowning. If I grab you by the neck and squeeze real hard, that's suffocation. There was no water involved.
I think this is consistent.
Why? What, you saying the stone just he stonified her and then she died because she couldn't breathe?
No, I'm saying she was choked out and then chucked in the lake.
How do you choke out someone out made of stone?
You go.
How?
Look,
This stone.
we're talking about.
This stone.
Do we have the spell or not? Do we have tear protect or not?
No, we don't.
When we have tear protect, tell me how far it reaches. Tell me if it needs concentration,
Okay.
and then tell me that she's got.
It doesn't need concentration. That was the whole reason Asta said, "Oh,
Okay, it doesn't need concentration, but what's the radius or the time effect?
I just want to know. I just want to know how. By the way, this
I
thing
just
managed
don't
to.
think it's a contradiction right now.
By the way,
It's
she
all.
must have had a like pickup truck handy
What for?
to move Coraline's statue body. Because I'll just say that stone layer was enough that a crossbow bolt fired quite close to her just pinged off like it couldn't get through at all. And you're telling me that Arya just pushed it out of the way? No, that's gonna weigh like 2 tons. A little bit of stone goes a long way, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you've ever had an actual dead weight brick of stone, it is so heavy. Something as big as me, just a little bit like that, boom, you're looking at 3-4 tons. Like, that thing just, you're not pushing it.
Well, it's stone, and stone deflects, like...
And then you have 400 tons of obelisk, which we might want to bring to Manchester.
Yo, let's put some circles on the ground and roll it. Like, of all the things that it's like, should we, like... I find it funny that, like, the obelisk... Is there ever, like, a mention from either government of, do you want this back?
No.
It's so weird, like...
It was so long ago, the Romans took those.
Yeah, I
and they were
guess
just
so.
alright.
It's like, when were the Romans? Like, are we talking 5,000 years ago? 4,000? 3,000?
5,000, Jesus. No, it was generally the like height considered of the Roman Empire is around the time of, you know,
Ancient
around, you can basically sum it up to around Jesus time.
Oh, okay, so
You know,
2,000 years
Give
ago.
or take a couple hundred for the, you know.
Yeah, I guess after 2,000 years you get Steelers' rights, don't you?
Yeah. I think one of my funniest things is, and I'm not sure how accurate it is, but the Easter Island people who
Yeah.
made like the Moai statues, all of them. I heard that they actually spent so long chopping down trees to act as rollers to make the Moai statues and stuff, that they actually started losing too many trees. and that the island has only recently gained back like trees. They like ran
Oh
out
my
of trees
God.
because they were too busy making fucking Easter Island statues. And it's like, bro,
And that's the thing about
these
the statue.
motherfuckers went make boats in a really good part of the world to have like boating and ships and
I
stuff.
mean, how else are you going to move around
Big
giant
ass
stone
statue.
people? How else are you going to move around giant stone people?
I guess so, but it just seems really weird to me. Of just like they said, nah, we're gonna spook people who come here.
With giant stone.
Like when people eventually come to this island.
What gets me confused is they spent all that time making them,
Yeah.
and then they only show us the head. The rest of it is under the
Well,
ground.
that's because it wasn't before.
What?
It wasn't before.
It wasn't what?
The full the full statues are thought to have actually been above ground, because some of them are, but in some areas, dirt
Wait, that's
has
not a
piled up.
joke.
Yeah, dirt has piled up over the. They didn't just.
Oh,
They do
wow.
actually have more than just the heads there, but some of them are just under layers and layers of dirt, so they are actually like buried.
I can't believe this is where I learned that's the case.
Anyway. Died at 2:05 p.m. Causes death of suffocation. Fire in the common room burnt the body too much to discern any specific wounds he might have suffered. With a trace of evocation magic and a burn mark were found on the victim's left shoulder. This implies the body was hit with a fire-based evocation spell. Traces of abjuration magic were found on and around the body. I would have thought that a specific burn mark would be the hardest to discern in a case of immolation, wouldn't you?
What?
Like, I get the small trace of evocation magic, fine, but the body was burnt too much to discern any specific wounds, and a burn mark was found on the victim's left shoulder. No shit, the burn marks are everywhere. This guy got immolated to ash at some points. You need a very hot fire to make a human body ash. I'll tell you that. You need to really stoke the flames.
Yeah, the burn mark just shouldn't be there, should it?
You can't have a burn mark
Because
on a
if
body
he's
that
been-
is...
If he's been burnt too much to discern any specific wounds,
Do you know what his body should look like? The Beast from Infamous. Like, straight up, it should look like the Beast. Like, just full-on jet black, ashy body with, like, crags of smouldering bits. Like, that's what you should be looking at. Like, there ain't no way we're saying this much, you know? You're doing too much with that.
should I pull a sneaky on author and say that exact message?
You should, yeah, do it. It'll be funny.
Oh, I can't put a closed caption on this. I'll have to go radio silent for a second.
Alright, fair enough.
Oh wait, that isn't radio silent. That's me not hearing.
Yeah. Wait, Pierce was killed by a frozen blade. Isn't that similar to how he killed Flintheart McCoy? Celeste's just like, oh man, that was crazy. Sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, it's okay.
Could imagine a scenario where a struggle happened and the killer used whatever was nearby. Where it felt like a convoluted series of events. Inquisition found a frozen blade imperiling Garrick pierced through his heart. There are traces of transmutation on his body. This implies the murderer used shaped liquid to create a blade and murder him. Why would the murderer do this when they clearly had more lethal spells at their disposal? I'm just a bit confused about why... Okay, I guess it's more in detail, but I just find it weird to get the autopsy and then get basically a summary of the autopsy. Anyways, shot. The times of death also tell a story. So, Lloyd, then Caroline, then Garrick Pierce.
It's funny that Garrick got killed. Like, how rel is Garrick?
Not very.
He's not rel at all.
I mean, I guess he knew the... What's it called?
I just don't understand. Look. Okay, this is what I mean by how rel is he. Garrick was killed.
Oh, well...
Lazaric was not.
Yeah. No, all I'm saying is... All I'm saying here is, it could be whether or not it's true. If she is the bastard child of the king, or what have you, or, you know, then Asta
he
would,
knows that.
And Asta would
right,
say,
yeah.
oh no, Garrick knows.
Garrick would have to be killed because he knows.
'Cause
Sorry,
if
I
he-
thought he was rel or something.
If Garrick lets that out, then that could, Asta's like, power grab could go up in flames, oh no.
Purely based on the times of death, the murderer must have killed Von Sanctus, then Sybil, then Pierce, in that order. Yeah, that's our working theory too.
Can people stop saying working theory?
Why?
It's only a working theory if it works.
I guess so, but that's kind of how theories work.
I don't know, Here's my working theory. Does it work, though?
If we look at this map, we can see where the prayer room and common room are. Lady Sybil's body was found in the lake west of here. Damn, took her all the way out west. Grand Cathedral was built on a cliff. There'd only be one way for her to reach the lake in such a short amount of time. Teleportation. The murderer threw Sybil from the balcony. Ah, yeah. The Grand Cathedral was built on a cliff over the lake.
She must have been in very good diving form. She must have been doing very good diving form when she got stonified.
It wouldn't be so funny if she actually died of suffocation because he put the stone thing on her
That
and
would be
that
funny,
kept
yeah.
all of the smoke.
Yeah, that would be funny.
With her as well, so she was just breathing smoke.
The cathedral was built on a cliff over the lake, and the westward balcony just happened to be right over it. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Even have a witness who saw Steelwind there. Really, who was it? It was the High Speaker, Theon Arceus. High Speaker. He was the shot caller of the Church of Baphomet.
Oh, is he still
Stands
alive?
at the top of the religious hierarchy. from
My
what
god, I
hear.
didn't expect we'd see him again.
Tyrion knows so little about this nation that he doesn't know the Pope's title.
Spotted Steelwind near the balcony. Noticed she was acting suspiciously. Called out to her, but she just ignored him. So she knew that he saw her, but she didn't attack him. Yeah, this whole Mage Blight story really doesn't add up. Either way, we just have to talk to him directly to find out more. From that aside, there's something else that's strange.
What's that?
It's about the order that the murders occurred in.
What is strange about the order of the murders, anyway?
From the times of death, the murderer must have killed Von Sanctus, Sybil, and Pierce in that order. This means that the murderer went onto the common room, then onto the west balcony, and finally to the prayer room. If we look at the map, the murderer's route seems a bit strange.
Maybe.
No, there was a clear route between each of the rooms. The murderer could have travelled to the common room, then to the balcony, then to the prayer room. There's clearly a more direct path as they wanted to murder 3 victims quickly. Was the murderer...
Maybe.
The murderer purposefully... Oh, the murderer could have killed Pierce second. The murderer must have passed right by the prayer room before they dumped Sybil's body. Okay, so they came out the other door. I was under the assumption they came out of this common room.
Do they know that Pierce is in the prayer room?
Yeah, Pierce is in the prayer room with us.
No, I mean, did the murderer?
Not necessarily.
So, like, why wouldn't you chase the victim that you know that you are seeing in your line of sight?
Yeah.
Then again, that's meta-knowledge.
Yeah.
This is why we shouldn't be given dramatic irony like this.
Yep.
I actually found that confusing, like why Tyrion was even bringing that up. But if we didn't see that scene,
Yeah.
I'd have just said, oh, well, she was in the garden.
Yeah.
But I knew
Well,
for
no,
a
yeah.
fact that she was in the common room originally.
Yeah. And she was told specifically, go kill Sybil now.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Murderer must have passed right by the prayer room before they dumped Sybil's body. Why didn't they just murder Pierce on the way there? They wanted to dump Sybil's body first.
Yeah, alright, keep telling yourself that, Celeste. Calm down. Calm down, big girl.
Oh, they were afraid of fighting me.
Aren't you giving yourself a little too much credit? No, she has a point. Out of everyone who fought the murderer, Celeste was the only one who didn't die or fall comatose. Anyways, shot. There has to be a reason why the murderer deliberately chose that route. I'd created a rough outline of the murderer's actions. Real clues would lie in how much each of the individuals The real clues would lie in how each of the individual murders occurred. First, I'd need to figure out how Von Sanctus was murdered. Well, it very clearly could have been just the case that they needed both of them there to do the Garrick Pierce thing. And one was disposing of Sybil's body while the other one was fighting Sanctus. So, you know. When did they discover the bodies? Who came across them? All started when Prince Alaric ran up to us. Obviously saw a fire breaking out in the common room. Also saw Steelwind there, but when he tried to talk to her, she hit him with some kind of spell.
She attacked one of the princes?
Yeah, but it didn't sound like she heard him. Lord Asclepius inspected him and told us he wasn't injured. Glad that he's okay, but wouldn't Arya have used a more violent spell if she was afflicted with Mage Blight? It's possible she was throwing spells randomly and he just happened to get really lucky. Suppose that's possible, but was there anyone else nearby when this happened? Would expected a Prince of Wyvengard to be under constant guard. Yeah, that was kind of my mistake. The knights should give him some space, considering what just happened. And that would be? Sorry, kid, if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you. I've orders from top to stay quiet about that. I'd need to ask someone higher up. What's strange, though? Why are all these nobles gathered here? Anyways,
Shot.
whatever the perp hit him with, it only put him in a daze. Could barely walk or talk. Didn't even approach us until the spell had worn off. The best thing about it was that he should have been pretty close to where we were. For some reason, we didn't find him until after the spell wore off.
Could have been invisibility casted on him as well.
Yeah.
Could have just been sleep invisibility comboed.
That must have been traumatic.
Hope he's okay. Why didn't anyone see him during this time?
After he told us about what was happening, we went to put out the fires. That's when we saw a bunch of guards knocked out outside the prayer room.
Did you see me?
Nope. This all happened around 3:10 p.m.
Right, that was probably well after Steelwind moved into the prayer room. Celeste must have already followed her into it. What, they had a fight in the prayer room? Wait, it doesn't look big enough when we were in it for a fight to be going on in there while, you know, guards were, like, outside.
Hmm.
When you arrested Steelwind, I recall you mentioning that a bunch of guards were comatose. Did the murderer use some kind of spell to knock them out? They didn't. I'm just as lost as you are about that. Some of the victims didn't have any magical traces on them.
Demon magic.
Yeah, it's just Eris. She did it before in case 2.
Yeah.
We know they're not under the effects of a spell.
No, we know they're not under the effects of an arcane spell. Don't get the two confused, Oren.
They still haven't woken up.
It's odd, to say the least.
Is there any common thread between the knights who fell comatose? Might help us deduce what happened to them. Well, we found all of them near the common room and prayer room. All the locations where Steelwind was spotted. That can't be a coincidence. It wasn't random. It wasn't effective an arcane spell.
Because it's the effect of demon magic.
That could either be that she can cast through Steelwind, or she was just invisible and trailing her. You know?
Maybe so.
Comatose Knights. Whoa! This is literally the Galaxy Brain meme.
Galaxy Brain Tyrion Cuthbert.
Commander Wipe, you keep saying the perp instead of Steelwind.
Even though everyone else seems to think she was responsible for this. You also suspect she's being threatened. Just doesn't add up. If she did give herself Mage Blight, her actions wouldn't have been so deliberate.
She's definitely not the type of person to just go around murdering people.
Even if she was, she's led a lot of she's led a lot of the Inquisition's investigations recently. She's investigated plenty of homicides with us, and she knows exactly how we do things. Did this got the job done, but they were very sloppy about it. A bunch of witnesses saw her. She didn't even try to hide herself using magic. She either had Mage Blight, which doesn't match her behavior, or she did this intentionally, and wanted to get caught. Neither scenario makes any damn sense. Someone has to be framing her.
It's the only reasonable explanation.
Honestly, I'm not so sure about that either. What do you mean? Saw her when we arrested her, didn't you? She wanted us to lock her up. It's like she thought she was a danger to herself and others. Right, that's the impression I got as well. I went for the witness's statements. To be sure she gave herself mage blight. Strangest thing is that I've never seen her that scared before. Something really rattled her about what happened.
I mean, ironically, I am actually questioning why. One thing I am questioning here is, I mean, we'll see eventually, but why didn't Eris and Asta? Oh, I mean, I guess Asta said, "Oh, we need her to not die now." But I want to know why we need her to not die now, because like, she'd presumably get death for this, right? And
Yeah.
if they want her to take the fall, a dead person can still take the fall.
Yeah.
It's not like you can do a crime and then shoot yourself, and then they're like, "Shit, well, we can't get him for the crime.
We can't
so
get him for the crime.
let's look
yeah.
for someone else." It's like, no, they'd just go, "Oh, well, that guy did it and then killed himself," you know? Fair enough. But Arya over here ain't doing any of that. She's going, "Oh, I just so happen to have survived the events." All I'm saying is, Eris could have just had her do all these murders and then do all these murders very well, you know, invisibility casted and everything and all of that, and then just have her show up in the prayer room and start firing off wild spells randomly to simulate her going mage blight, and then you'd have a very obvious idea of, well, she intentionally did these murders and covered them up really well, and then accidentally gave herself mage blight from spamming spells too much, and then ended up dying to Celeste. Boom.
Yeah.
And then, boom, everyone, like, it's one of those things of, if you're trying to get someone framed, you have to make it look like they tried to cover something up and failed miserably, not, this is weird, it's like they're intentionally doing something weird here. Did you follow up on what I said about Beatrice? I know she was in the room when Pierce and I fell unconscious. She has to be involved in this somehow.
Well, so she's already in prison, so we're already ahead on that count. But when we asked her about what happened, she said she couldn't remember anything. Such an obvious lie. She has to be hiding something. Normally I'd agree with you, but she's not the one with missing memories.
Not the
The only one, sorry. Sealand also can't remember anything.
What?
Just have to speak with her about that later. Anyways,
Shot.
what about Eris and the knight who was guarding her? Did they see anything? Sorry, kid, but Eris Ilmater's been missing ever since everything went down.
What?
Wouldn't be too worried. Witness to the crime is missing and possibly hurt. Look, kid, you may be a hotshot attorney, but I've been in this business a lot longer than you have. Sometimes when these things happen to civilians, they get spooked and run away. Seen it a million times. Eris was the daughter of a crime lord. Not she was in any rush to speak with law enforcement.
Realist line so far.
Don't have the resources to look for her, but I'm sure she'll turn up eventually. Well, I suppose we can't do anything about that now. Anyways,
Shot.
what about the knight guarding
My
Beatrice?
liver hurts.
Yeah. What about the knight guarding Beatrice? Surely he didn't go missing as well. That's the thing. The knight who was supposed to be guarding her was one of the guards who went comatose. Found him in front of the prayer room too. Wait, did he follow Beatrice to the prayer room? To make matters worse, that frigate chick knows how to cast invisibility. So even if she's telling the truth, very people would have actually seen her.
Saw Beatrice Frager as I was losing conscience. Knight was assigned to guard Beatrice and kill her if Marinath attempted to escape. He was later found comatose in front of the prayer room. Eris Ilmater, who was also with Beatrice when she disappeared, has been missing since the massacre.
You have to think about it. Those guards have been sitting around hearing Scrobbler's shit jokes for hours on end now. Would you happen to have a recent version of her spell compendium?
They update real time,
Sure, we already have it on record.
but they update real time.
Yeah, I don't know.
It contains the formulae for the following spells: Familial Bond, Sleep, Mend Wounds, Send Message, Animate Corpse, Necrotic Blight, Shatter, Invisibility, Feign Death, and Illusory Disguise.
Sorry. All of these.
What's with the extra pages?
This is
That's
broken.
weird.
This is. Hang on, you've given me a duff one. This one's broken, clearly. This is like a machine. You can't just add extra parts to it. You don't throw extra cogs into your toaster and suddenly it's an oven.
Anyway, she has
Familial bond.
Mend wounds. Send message. Animate corpse. Necrotic blight.
Blight.
She had Blighto the whole time?
She had Blighto the whole time and got Scrabbler to get a fucking sword instead of just Blightoing him!
God! Oh my god! Blighto's us a third time.
What is this?
She should have... Because familiars can cast magic. You can cast magic through your familiar.
Yep.
So like you said, instead of getting that stupid sword, she should have just told him to
Yep.
point kill him.
Yeah.
Then put it over. Why does she have that? She doesn't need to have it.
This is the evocation spell of Break the Glass.
Anyway, Shatter. School is evocation. Incantation is Kritea. Gesture, no gesture. Duration, while concentrating, and concentration, yes. Channels the caster's magic into any physical object they're touching with their hands. If enough magic is channeled, the object may shatter or break. The intensity of this spell will exponentially increase while they're concentrating. However, channeling larger quantities of magic will slowly drain the caster's stamina and possibly cause mage blight.
I love how the evocation spell she used is literally just the one evocation spell she has, and it's just Break Glass. Invisibility
We know of. Feign Death. It's a necromancy spell. Incantation is Foul Norma. Gesture none. Duration is while concentrating, and concentration is yes. The caster must target a creature that's already unconscious. While they concentrate on this spell, the target will appear to be dead. The target creature will stop breathing and their heart will stop beating. However, the life energies of this spell will keep them alive for the duration. So, Tyrion had it on.
Yeah.
Because 1, he was unconscious, and 2, we know that he had necromancy on him.
Yeah.
That is going to be a reason for why he wasn't killed, because he was assumed to already be dead.
I love how fella could have just like if Celeste hadn't done the thing that no one does, the case would have gone differently because necromancy on you. Oh, that's weird. Right, I forgot how many spells she used during Lord Freyga's murder. Sorry, you what? You forgot how many spells she used? I'll tell you how many spells. She used Familial Bond with Scrabbler, / he has a contract with her. She used Shatter, and she used Invisibility. That was it. No healing. Send message is irrelevant because she talked to Scrabbler. Animate Corpse never did that. Blighto, she should have done that but didn't. Feign Death, nope. And Illusionary Disguise, nope. So, yeah. Also, children learn Mend Wounds in the first Theurgy class and everything.
Uh-huh.
She is a master mage, said to be one of the top 4, best mages.
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total. All
Now
I'm saying
10,
is...
you forgot sleep.
Oh, yeah, sleep as well. No, she doesn't even have sleep.
It said she had sleep.
I did say she has sleep?
It did say she had sleep. Where did it go? There it is. Sleep.
Oh, sleep,
After Familial
there it
Bond.
Okay,
it
so
just
10.
didn't bring it up because it only brings it
So
up if we haven't got it yet.
Either... So, it seems like getting advanced spells must take far longer than novice spells. Considering that the difference between an average caster and an expert god-level caster is about 5 or so. Because most mages we've seen who are novices have 5 or 6 spells. Like Wallace, Wallace, Garrick.
I mean, to be fair, it's not just the quality of the quantity of the spells, it's the quality as well.
Yeah, I guess she does have high-level necromancy
And
for
high
some
level
reason, and
high
high-level
level illusion.
and 1 high-level evocation spell without having any others, and a low-level conjuration spell, and this other one. It's all a little difficult to take in. I still can't believe it. For everything he did, Lord von Sanctus was just murdered. Surprised to hear that from you. Didn't he basically get away with almost blowing up your hometown?
Well, I see it, he got what he deserved.
Okay. Weird, Orim. That still doesn't sit right with me. Why doesn't it sit right with you, Tyrion?
Why?
You were literally saying, give him death row. That was what you were arguing for, so he got death row finally. There you go. Like, it doesn't sit right with you, vigilante justice, which is kind of weird coming from you, since you're very anti-system.
I don't know, man.
How are you
legit don't know.
anti-system but anti-vigilante justice? What are you pro, then? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. This is just another case I don't understand what Tyrion's thing is.
What
He
does
doesn't
Tyrion
like-
actually believe
He
in?
doesn't like how the system works. No, he doesn't like the way the system is working, but the system is working exactly as he wants it to, because it's giving death to criminals who are murderers.
This would make a lot more sense if, in case 4, he said explicitly that the reason he was, going on to the prosecution was because that he didn't like the fact that William Frager was killed.
Yeah.
Like, just people shouldn't just be being killed by other people.
Yeah.
Like, if they've done something wrong, they can get tried in court.
No matter who the victims might have been, no one deserves to die like that, so he has a problem with immolation, specifically.
Definitely a bigger man than I am.
Random
You didn't need to glaze him. You could have said,
little glaze there.
you're softer than I expected.
Yeah. He's not a bigger man for having very inconsistent morals. And I'll just say it plain, he's got very inconsistent morals. I really, really
His
don't
morals
see...
are whatever makes him look better in the moment.
I really, really don't see, genuinely. I'm not trying to fucking, slag off the game or whatever. I'm just being dead ass here. I don't see how a character can say, oh, the system is... I don't like the legal system because... Not because death row. He's never had a problem with death row. And he's never had a problem with things like that. It's just he doesn't like that people... that Orim, effectively, usually arrests the wrong people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a problem with Orim. Despite the fact that he's the one arresting the people who literally don't fucking do the crimes. And again, the Lloyd von Sanctus thing, I guess you can argue was the system being like this, that, or the other, but that's from a very certain perspective, because on technicality, from the judge, who has always been uncorrupt and unbiased, he said legally he has done nothing wrong. And in case 4, we kept using the pedantics of legally we can talk to the monkey. Legally speaking, we can talk to Scrabble.
Show me the law that
Yeah.
says we can't talk to Scrabble
So
Barfleck.
he's got nothing wrong with bending everything around because the rules don't specifically state X, Y, and Z. So from his perspective of how the law works, Lloyd von Sanctus should not have been convicted. Regardless of that, if he thinks Lloyd should have died, Lloyd has now died. Why is that an issue? It's not really a bit... I don't see why he'd have an issue with the death... with what he sees as despicable scum who deserves death, dying. It's like Yagami starting to posture about, well, you can't just do vigilante justice. I'm like... what do you mean? You're literally... we're the same guy, you and me. We're doing the same things. You do it in a death note, I do it with a 45. There's no difference between us. Don't act like there is. I don't know why he's saying... Why is Tyrion Cuthbert... Why does he dislike how the system functions now? Because it seems to function pretty well. The judge is very unbiased, and arguably he's quite biased towards Tyrion a lot of the time. It certainly gives him a load of leeway, like with the aforementioned... Show me the law then, That's not how the law works. They don't need to say, in this case, we'll do that. Like, the law says someone is competent to stand, at least in real life, in the UK law, I can tell you this, you have to be competent to stand trial for your evidence, for your testimony to be admitted as evidence. Inherently, animals are not in that bracket of competent to stand trial. Therefore, animals are not, by law, excluded from that specifically. It's just through interpretation of that law, they can't speak and give and be competent enough to give reliable testimony. So, they're under that umbrella. But it never says, in British law, it never says anywhere, animals cannot stand on and give testimony.
Yeah.
So I could do that in the court of law, in real life. Would that work? Hell the fuck no. No judge is going to sit there and go, he's got me there. Bring that dog on. Bring that dog on. Like, no judge will do that. So, to conclude,
Yeah.
why does Tyrion's motive
I'd love to see if an
constantly
animal was
flip-flop?
I'd love to see if an animal was ever actually brought to...
An animal probably has been brought to trial under the circumstance of something physical on it, or
yeah.
else something
But
like that.
it wouldn't be
yeah.
giving testimony because it can't give testimony.
Yeah. Anyways,
Sure.
is that liver failure kicking in yet? Well, Sanctus' autopsy report says that he died of suffocation.
I think the more pertinent one is, if we're talking suffocation, is Sybil.
Yeah.
I would like to see if they're going to say that Coraline Sybil dunked herself in the lake and died, or
Yeah.
if she died and then dunked herself in
Because
the
they
lake.
said suffocation. Suffocation is different from drowning. And it's very obvious. Well, you think the murderer overpowered him and choked him with a rope or something? Oh, so he had a big, rope mark around his neck.
No, he was burnt, so we can't see any specific wounds except for
So
that
you-
one wound that was a burning
Okay,
wound.
so you think... Okay. Hardly sounds like something someone would do during a psychotic episode.
Doesn't?
It doesn't?
That doesn't sound like
That
something someone
literally
would do.
sounds like point A someone would do during a psychotic episode. As everyone always says, choking someone to death is a very intimate way of killing. You look into their eyes and you watch as the life leaves their body. That's literally, everyone says that's a very psychotic way to kill someone because you get a very good look at how they're dying.
Yeah.
Whereas something like burning them, you just kind of set the fire and then run off and then they die. You get to
you
hear them
can run
scream, but you don't get to
you can't
feel.
run off. You can't run off with strangling.
Yeah.
There's literally no, you have to be there for it.
You have to really be. You can feel them struggling against you. You can
there's
feel
no
how they
detachment.
don't want to die. You are forced into a very intimate knowledge of how someone is dying, and you get to see the exact moment. Poof! The flame of life goes out from them. So, I'd actually argue it's probably the most psychotic way I could think of killing someone.
Yeah, the more info I collect, the more I think you might be onto something. By the way, the fire that the perp started in this room burnt his body. Didn't completely turn it to ash, but there's not a lot left. So that fire would have burnt away any evidence of the minor wounds he'd had. Yeah, we're lucky we even discerned what he was. We're lucky we even discerned he was hit with an evocation spell.
So, whoa, Orim, you're kind of implying that fire can potentially burn away spell traces?
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
What are you talking about, Tune?
Right, the autopsy report mentioned that too. If a fire was started, is it possible that he died from smoke inhalation? No. The divination spell we use always identifies smoke inhalation as death by poisoning, not death by suffocation.
What?
Divination knows Wyvern Guardian?
Wait, the divination spell is okay, hang on. So we're learning in case 5 that the divination spell specifically says certain ways of dying. Death by poisoning. That. I mean, yes, I think technically, in a certain sense. I find it weird that it's being. I just find that weird because that is so open to interpretation on
Yeah.
the sense of, well, death by poisoning. What I mean by it's so open to interpretation is the spell is interpreting death by poisoning to mean a chemical change happens in the bloodstream. That's what I'm getting from that. Because I'm assuming that it's carbon monoxide bonding to the hemoglobin. And that's why it's saying death by suffocation. However, what kills a human during suffocation is not enough oxygen being in the bloodstream bonded to hemoglobin to then be given to the brain cells. So the function and cause of death, if you will, at the end of the day, is the same.
So
Like, the actual reason the human body shuts down is the same, given these two cases. Not enough oxygen is being delivered.
So if that's the case, then I mean, it sounds like what you're saying is that this is considering a death by poisoning because a foreign substance entered the lungs and prevented the. Yeah. Hold on a second. So that means that death by drowning should be death by suffocation, because you've got water entering the lungs, physically blocking any oxygen from reaching the, which isn't the same as just the throat being closed.
Yeah.
Which means the air wasn't getting into the lungs.
Yeah.
Or was it? I don't know, man. I'm confused.
So yeah, it would be death by suffocation for that. I would still assume you'd be able to know that they drowned because do literally any minor autopsy. I mean, literally just flip the body upside down, and you'll notice a large gush of water will come out of them, and you can kind of guess.
Tip the body upside down.
All I'm saying is, you know, if someone's drowned, you'll know, even if you're like some random second century peasant.
I don't know why, but that's just making me laugh from how disrespectful it feels. Like they take her out of, they take Coraline Sybil out of the,
Just tip her upside down.
yeah, they're like, said it were a stool. I'll use that. He just stands on that. He's holding her up by the ankles.
Yeah, and she just yeah, I don't know, like.
Could you imagine?
I suppose that kind of makes sense.
I suppose that kind of makes things really complicated.
I don't know how you mean it kind of makes sense, but then again, we've already heard you talk about advanced biology such as white blood cells, so...
Yeah, we know.
I guess we already know microbiology, so I'm going to assume they know about hemoglobin and co-transport chaining and, you know, carbon monoxide poisoning.
It's those damn ancient dragons. They're telling us how this is supposed to be.
While we're at it, do you have records of each of the victims' spell compendium?
Holy moly, we're going to have the biggest spell list in the game.
They might help us understand what each of the victims was doing during the attack. Sure, knock yourselves out.
Pierce's spell compendium, we know all of those. Sybil's spell compendium, which she has customized. It has slow fall, foresight, strike true, detect magic, stone skin, and mend wounds. God, even she knows mend wounds. And Von Sanctus' spell compendium, which he has also customized, contains Mage Blade, Force Cage, Send Message, Stone Skin, Mend Wounds, Familial Bond, Teleport, and Summon. Prestidigitation we know. Conjure Light we know. Conjure Water we know. Frostwave we know. Force Cage. Abjuration. Incantation is Forzare. You point your index finger. Duration is 1 hour and doesn't require concentration. For the duration, the caster creates a magical 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot cube around the target within 30 feet of them. The walls of this cube are impenetrable and can't be destroyed by anything. Not even by spells that can normally dispel spell effects. Furthermore, any attempts to magically teleport into or out of the cube will fail. If there is more than one creature in the target space, they will be pushed away from the center of the cube.
Sorry, did we just get...
That is disgustingly overpowered.
Wait, did we just get power creep in Tyrion Cuthbert?
Yes, we got power creep in Tyrion Cuthbert.
How the fuck does anyone steal shit when this is a thing?
Yeah.
Just have some motherfucker stand there, 1 hour apart going, Forzare.
I know, but it might give them Mage Blight. Artificiary.
Yeah, like, you can literally have some random...
Like we had with the anti-spell fields?
Non-mage. Yeah.
The anti-spell fields, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, remember how those had those crystals? Just have crystals doing Force Cage.
Yep.
No, literally you can't do anything about that then.
Like, what?
Mage Blade, we know that one. Slow Fall, it's a transmutation spell. The incantation is Featherer. You point your index finger downwards for the gesture. The duration is 1 hour and it doesn't require concentration. The caster counteracts the force of gravity affecting them, causing them to fall significantly slower while airborne for the duration. Foresight, a divination spell. Its incantation is Forheim. Gesture is form a triangle with both hands. Duration is 24 hours and concentration not required. The caster invokes the ultimate form of divination magic to see brief glimpses of the near future. While the spell is active, the caster is able to sense danger seconds before it actually happens.
For 24 hours.
For 24 hours, you get Spidey sense.
24 hours, you can do that shit that Shulk could.
Oh, yeah. Strike True. It's a divination spell. Incantation is non-optima. Gesture is make a circle with your fingers. Duration is while it's concentrating, and concentration is yes. The caster increases their ability to predict the results of all their actions for the duration. This is useful for the purposes of aiming or doing other activities that rely on dexterity and skill.
I'm a bit confused about how that is useful for the purposes of aiming, in the sense that it says that it increases your ability to predict the results. But, like, is that in real time? Like, I get a little red dot showing up in the center of my reticule?
Essentially, that's what it is.
Because I was just thinking, is it that, or is it like when I start aiming, it says, nah, you're not hitting that, and I'm just like, shit. I just aim my bow at someone, and then it just says in big block text, you're definitely missing this. You ain't him, bro. I'm like, oh.
Then we have Detect Magic.
Finally, the 5th case we finally learn.
It's a divination school spell. Incantation is Repario Arcanum. Gesture, non-required. Duration is while concentrating. Concentration is yes, because duration is while concentrating. Anyway, while concentrating, the caster can see the normally invisible magical traces left by magic. Magical traces are created 2 times when a spell is cast. The first is created at the position of the caster when the spell is cast. The second is created when the spell effect resolves or dissipates. The caster can identify the school of magic of any trace by colour. Evocation is red, transmutation is yellow, conjuration is cyan, divination is pink, abjuration is white, necromancy is purple, and illusion is green.
I think the incantation thing is actually wrong here. Because that's
repair-
Repario. That's not Repario.
Repario Arcanum.
That's Repario.
Accent.
No, that's not accent. Even in American English, you don't go ER.
Repario Arcanum. Maybe it's Repario.
But she's gone Repario Arcanum every time.
Repario. I don't know.
Even when she was down, it was re-recorded with Repario Arcanum. Like, she was still saying it in the same, like, enunciation. Also, apparently it's completely flat because there's no stresses here. Repario Arcanum. Or Repario Num. Oh, and it's also
Arcane Num.
Arcane Num.
Arcanum.
Because it's not Arcane that she's saying, it's Arcane Num. So she's getting the spell wrong, that's why it doesn't work.
Repario Arcane.
That's why so many places we go to don't have any traces. It's because she's not saying the spell right.
If she gets it right or not. Any more that we don't know of? Stone Skin. School is Transmutation. Incantation is, surprise, surprise, Terprotect. Gesture is create an X with both arms. Duration is 1 hour. And concentration, no. The caster creates a thick layer of stone around the body of a target within 30 feet. This stone layer will deflect and protect the target from any physical trauma. The stone layer can be broken through continuous attacks, but as long as the caster concentrates on the spell, the stone layer will instantaneously repair itself. How interesting. Teleport, we know. Summon, we know.
Okay, wow.
Why are you surprised? This is 3 different people. God, this is the biggest list we've ever had, and this is what it should have been. Constantly updating whenever we found a new spell. We already have the clues to tell us which spells a person knows. So it's not like that would affect anything. And that's exactly what they've done in this game. This case.
Yeah. That's a lot to work through.
Yep, this is what happens when a bunch of mages are caught in the middle of a murder.
You know what I'm really sad boy I was about now?
What?
That's probably the last of the spells we're ever learning.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Divine Edict isn't going to make an appearance in this.
No.
Because not only is it not automatically in his spell list, but when they were talking about it, you know, Beatrice said, oh, you can make Divine Edicts. That wasn't a thing that, you know? It didn't
Also,
go
you're telling me she got
divine
into an
edict.
altercation and really didn't immediately pop foresight?
Maybe she had more foresight, she would have done that.
Ironic.
Besides, you're not supposed to do things. That goes against the, like, divine... The cosmic
Oh, yeah, true.
will or something.
Why'd she even run? That's illegal.
Yeah.
Honestly, you've been lucky until now. Nevertheless, I'll need to look over these spells
No,
when they become
Oren, we've
evident.
legit been unlucky. We should have seen this in case 3. This is what the spell list should look like in case 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh?
What?
Is it just me, or is, like, again, Beatrice is like, wow, she's a master spell, and then, like, and don't get me wrong, she has more than, like, both of these two, but, like, Sybil literally only has the amount that fucking Wallace Nightgrave had.
Yeah.
Found everything I could relating to Von Sanctus's murder. And it's not like Wallace had low-tier spells. Like, Wallace had Animate Dead, Necrotic Blight, you know, like, he had some big boy spells there, and she had, yeah, Ultimate Divination, but then she had this shit one, and she had this shit one. You know, like, what? Huh? They literally all have mend wounds.
Well, I mean, it's an easy spell to learn. It's the first thing you learn in the Urger class.
I know, but I also would like to say...
That's a lovely balcony.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
I
we can't
know
hang
it's
out
the
there for a
first
sec?
thing... I know it's the first thing they learn and whatever, but, like... How do they keep... How do they keep everyone in the dark about the necromancy thing when... And by that, I mean literally kept people in the dark to the point where... What? You know, necromancy's a form... healing's a form of necromancy was a big thing. I'm pretty sure... Was that to the judge?
How does he not know anti-spell field?
Oh, wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
Just look in the spell list. It's not even here.
Wait. No, but his... He has 1 abjuration. Yeah. He had 1 abjuration spell. Master of What'll you do about it, Master of Abjuration? Oh wait, you only have 1. That's a joke you can only get in case 5, I guess, because he says Master of Abjuration, which is actually taking a dig at the fact that he has 1 abjuration spell.
Yeah.
We arrived at the west balcony of the cathedral. Supposedly this was where the murderer threw Sybil's body into the lake.
Oh, see, so she was dead.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, what? Oh, I so
Hello
thought... But the song!
Nope, it's my song now. As I inspected the area, I caught the attention of an old man who had a different art style nearby.
I swear this is the song that plays... Oh, no, it's not. It's
It
not.
isn't.
My bad.
From his garb, he appeared to be someone who worked at the cathedral. I don't believe we've met before. What are you doing here? Sorry for the intrusion. I'm Tyrion Cuthbert, and this is my bodyguard.
We're investigating the murders on behalf of Prosecutor Steelwind.
Tyrion Cuthbert. Oh, just magically poofed his
His cane
his
away.
cane just disappeared. I have heard of him. Doesn't look nearly as criminal as I expected him to be. He wears a black suit, and the crime boss wears a black suit, so I'd actually argue he kind of does look criminal. Like, the big crime people seem to wear suits, and Tyrion is the only other character who wears a suit.
Also, how's this the first time you've seen him? This is a setting that has photos.
Yeah.
So how is this the first time you've seen his face?
And,
And yeah, that really is a different that really is a different art style.
Yeah.
Like, look at his face and then look at Celeste's. The reality is stark.
Oh my god. Probably hasn't heard anything good. Forgive my rudeness. I am Theon Arceus, the High Speaker of the Church of Bahamut. Theon Arceus. Devout leader of the Church of Bahamut. I don't think I've met anyone who reveres the Scaled Lord as much as he does. So you're the one who saw Steelman here during the murders. Do you mind if we ask you some questions? Suppose there would be no harm in that. Can I see the whatever this is? Some sort of debris on the ground. Picked up one of the pieces and rolled it around in my palm. See, it appeared to be some kind of gravel. This balcony provides a perfect view of Lake Galacrond. Lake Galacrond. A lot of people probably come here when the Grand Cathedral's open to the public.
So that's the pieces of her stone thingy, right?
Presumably, we'll see transmutation traces on it in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, another dub for the OGS team.
Hell yeah.
There are traces of transmutation on the debris.
That'd imply that a spell is specifically targeted or created. What the hell? That would imply that a spell specifically targeted or created wherever this came from. That someone intentionally created these bits of gravel. But it must have broken it off from something else.
Debris near the balcony. You found some bits of Earth-like debris near the westward balcony. They have traces of transmutation magic on them. This also happens to be where Theon Arceus saw Arya Steelwind dumping Coraline Sybil's body.
I wonder what it could have been.
I wonder what it could have been. It's weird to be treated like an idiot in Case 5.
Yeah. What did you see? We heard that you saw the prosecutor acting strangely here. Could you tell us more about what you saw? It looked like she was afflicted with mage blight. I'd also like to mention that apparently this is viewable from the courtyard thing. I mean, I guess it is, like, just attached there. But, like, this door is pulling its weight, because, again, a fight happened here, and the knights didn't notice it. But Theon was just walking about and saw Arya acting sus.
You know what I also find weird? This massive lake was behind us, and when I didn't have an inkling that we were next to a big lake.
Nope.
When we were outside and looking at the whole cathedral. True. It's like we're practically coastal.
Yep.
I mean, look at those. There's beaches there.
Yeah.
Those look like beaches to me.
Yeah.
That looks like sand.
Well, I said it before. I find it weird that the it feels like, despite the fact that they have so many of these things that aren't just like stock images, they're like specifically tailor-made. Yeah. They're specifically tailor-made wrong. Like, and I remember what I meant by that, because I said it last stream, I think, but I didn't really go into it. But I mean, like, Case 2. Remember when they went down the west hallway? Well, remember the west hallway of the school, and they went down the west hallway, and there was, and we went, hang on, look at these doors. There's 4 doors here, so they must be leading to the 4 classrooms, but they're really close together, and the classrooms are really big. And then they threw a curveball at us and said, "Oh well, we went out the door at the end of the west hall." But there isn't a door. There's a window.
Huh?
And it's like, hang on, what?
Could you tell us more about what you saw? Did it look like she was afflicted with mage blight?
I wouldn't go that far, but she certainly was acting strange.
How did you come across her?
Well, I was on my way to the prayer room. I always recite prayers from the draconic texts around that time.
You was heading to the prayer room?
When I saw her, I first thought she was just enjoying a view of the lake. I was about to greet her, but when I approached her, I thought she was pushing something off the edge of the balcony.
Must have seen her dumping Sybil's body.
You're probably correct. Came to the same conclusion after they found that poor woman's body below us.
So this is peeking out over the lake?
Yeah.
Because, like, Jesus Christ.
Otherwise she just hits the ground.
She hits the ground and, like, ragdolls. Like, because that didn't sound like she was chucking her. That sounded like she was, like, over the edge of it and just, like, shoving her over the balcony's edge thingy, the fence looking thing. Guardrail, whatever you want to call it. So it wasn't like she threw her very far. So we can pretty much certainly say that she's like the balcony goes like directly down from the balcony is the lake. Because otherwise that wouldn't make no sense.
But it feels wrong somehow.
What is it?
I only saw it for a second. Lady Sybil was wearing much brighter colours this morning. Whatever Lady Steelwind threw into the lake, it looked much darker.
Like if she had like some rocks on her? Like, do you think maybe she had rocks on her?
Why
like she
are we
had
acting
stone
like
skin?
we're 4?
Come
We've
on,
gotten
guys.
to case 5. This is not... You actually showed us this.
Yeah, we've actually been
This
shown.
would be obvious without seeing that scene.
Yeah, because we'd have looked at stone skin and we'd have looked at this and we'd have said, oh, well, stone skin then. Because that's the only spell that we have that makes any sense.
Yep.
So, since by process of elimination of our spell list, the only one that creates rocks has to be the one that created the rocks. Right?
Yeah.
So, we know that that was the case. We know that that was in her list. We'll probably assume that either she or what's his name casted it, and then she was repeatedly attacked here, which splintered off some of the rocks.
What does that mean? I'm sorry, I can't really explain it. I can, because God showed me the cutscene.
Yeah,
Perhaps
but
I
like
was
you
just
said,
seeing things.
like we said, it's obvious enough without.
Yeah.
You don't need the dramatic irony.
Even if you weren't paying attention, though, you can still get it, because they had a scene of us being shown it.
Yeah.
It's like seeing... It's like seeing... It's like being in case 4, and then they go... It's like being in case 4, and they go... Later, and it does the whole, like... In case 1-4, it does the whole Edgeworth in the boat, except it plays that with Yanni Yogi and everything, and goes... Later the next day... And then repeats the same thing, and it's like, no, hang on.
Yeah.
Like, you've just shown me a bit too much. And then you're spending the entire case going, when's Phoenix going to work out that there were 2 gunshots, one before and then one the following day? When's that going to happen? I don't get what's the point in having this big dramatic irony. It's a tutorial thing in case 1, so that you can get an idea of what you're supposed to do, and then you drop it after that, because the fun in the game is working out what happened, not being shown it, and then watching Tyrion have to bumble his way into working out what you already know.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, you remember in case 4 when I was like, we act like we understand the rules of this world more than they do.
Yeah.
And it's because they pussyfoot around and like go like, oh man, what could have caused this effect? I have no idea. While having a spell in their list
That does that thing.
says that exact thing and going like, that's weird. How could these rocks have got here? I don't know, dumbass. Maybe it was the rock making spell.
This is the largest list we've ever seen.
This
and
is
it has
part
a
of the
lot
world to them. This is like if you went to this is like if some detectives went to the scene of a crime and they see some gunpowder on the floor and they go, damn, I wonder what got this gunpowder here, bro. This gunpowder residue. I wonder how it got here.
Look.
You'd immediately go, it was a gun.
This has a lot of repeated spells. Illusionary Disguise, Necrotic Blight,
Yeah.
Animate Corpse,
Yeah,
Mend
we've seen that
Wounds, all of
before.
that.
Seen those before.
We don't have Vivify, we don't have Divine Edict or whatnot.
Yeah.
But this is practically all of the spells. And I'd argue that because we have 3 Master Mages here.
Yeah.
The compendia of 3, no less than 3 Master Mages.
Yeah.
So this is like a 5x5 grid. So we're looking in, 25, 30, maybe 35 spells total, and they can't remember all of them? This is their job. They shouldn't need to wonder, what was that spell again? Can I have that spell? No. Tyrion, you should know these spells off by heart. I can learn 35 different individual thingies. Like, how doesn't he know all these spells constantly?
My eyes aren't as good as they used to be, after all. Could have just been a trick of the light.
We know. We know. Wait, if you saw Arya dumping Lady Sybil's body, she must have just murdered her.
That means you must have been heading to where we were at the time. Oh, were you praying there with Lord Pierce?
Not exactly.
What? That's not what the guards told me.
The guards? Do you mean the ones standing watch outside the prayer room?
Yes, they told me that Pierce was praying with some acquaintances of his. Said the same thing to Lady Steelwind as well. Wait, Steelwind was there too? Yes. She appeared to be waiting for something. I didn't want to disturb them, so I went back to my quarters to pray there. High Speaker didn't see her fighting Celeste. She must have started the attack after he left, but why would she bother waiting?
Like, sorry to jump back to the being treated like an idiot in case 5 thing, but the thing that comes to mind the most for me in say Phoenix Wright, it's Phoenix Wright 5.
Mm.
Do you remember where they actually did a bait and switch in case 2 by having it be so plainly obvious that the so like, you know, Tenma Taro and Ninetales Vale and the mayor of Ninetales Vale looks like the amazing Ninetales, and he's got all like he's got all the white hair and everything, and the mask has some white hair in it, and the that guy looks like a crow. You know, he's got more color scheme of the crow after it. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, he's the bloody he's Mr. Ninetales guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's the amazing Ninetales. And you play through the case, and the characters work that out, and you're like, oh, glad you caught on. And then it turns out it's a bait and switch, and no, the white hair didn't belong to him, and no, the amazing Ninetales wasn't even him. It was Tenma Taro guy.
Yeah.
It's like it's just a bait and switch, having you work out this plainly obvious thing, only to say, no, just kidding, it's not that obvious. And this was Phoenix Wright 5, which I would consider to be like one of the most spell it out for you games.
Yeah.
In the Phoenix Wright series, franchise as a whole.
Anyway, I'm already confused about the timeline. So remember, Celeste left the room, right? She left the prayer room.
Yep.
So these guys, so Theon and Arya were sitting outside the room, right?
Uh-huh.
And then Steelwind was there too. She appeared to be waiting for something. The High Speaker didn't see her fighting Celeste. She must have started her attack after he left, but why would she bother waiting? She waited because I know he's talking about the Mage Blight thing, but why would she bother waiting? Well, she fought Celeste in the corridor, not in the prayer room. Why, why was it so coincidental that Celeste left the prayer room after Theon left? You know? Is that just me? That Theon and her are outside the room, Celeste comes outside the room, and I don't know. Alright. Either way, we can't exactly question those guards.
Yeah, they're still comatose after the attack.
Actually, the High Speaker's quarters aren't that far away from the prayer room. They're not? They're not that far away? How small is this church? I'd say that's very
The nave
far
is
away.
pretty big.
The nave's really quite big. So, and that appears to be the size of this. And there's even more there.
Yeah.
No, I'd say it's actually really quite far away. That's got to be like, what, 30 meters away?
Yeah,
I
I'd
can't
say
hear something.
I'd say it's actually probably just eyeballing the distance. That's probably actually a full minute and a half's walk.
Yeah. But that's not... Why didn't you hear anything? I was too far away.
Too far
and we're in
away.
a stone building. I have stone walls in my room, and there are stone walls in the prayer room. And it's a prayer room, so it probably should be quite quiet in there. So it's presumably quite thick walls. So why didn't I hear anything? Because I was far away. Did you hear the fight between Steelwind and my bodyguard? It must have been because of the magical wards in my room. Magical wards? Are they there for security reasons? Reasons? Not exactly. I actually suffer from chronic insomnia, and the smallest sound will wake me up at night. Years ago, I had some mages enchant the walls so sound couldn't travel through them. I hear anything from outside my room once I shut my door. That
did sound awfully convenient, but I doubted that he'd lie something about something so easily verified.
Well, yeah, it sounds convenient. Weirdly, it sounds convenient to the plot about a problem that isn't a problem. Because it is far away, so you don't need to explain to me why he can't hear. And in fact, if they're having their fight here, and he's here, and everyone else is here, they are hearing it more than him. So the real question is, how didn't the Kingsguard, Lucio Steelwind, and Asta hear the fight?
Soundproofed room.
Found everything I could here. It's time to move somewhere else.
Can we finally talk to Arya?
I think so. But look at that nave, that's massive.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
You're not hearing that from down there.
Unless it's echoey. Could be
very echoey.
We arrived at the dungeon to speak with Steelwind, but didn't see her anywhere. The Inquisition and Kingsguard must still be processing her. We should come back later.
Oh.
Nope, I guess garden, since no one was there first.
I was dreading having to face that statue again, but despite knowing better, I returned to the garden.
Staring into my soul.
Then stop looking at it!
Crown Prince was sitting at a bench nearby. Several members of the Kingsguard were standing at attention around him. His brow was furrowed. Didn't even seem to notice us until one of the knights stepped in our way. Oh, Mr. Cuthbert, and Mrs. McCoy too. What are you doing? I mean, Miss McCoy, not Mrs. McCoy. That's Jolene. We're trying to investigate what happened. I see. Are you okay? Yes, I was just thinking how unfortunate this ordeal has been. I do hope Lady Steelwind is taking this well. Right, she was his fiancée after all. We're trying to find out what actually happened. Do you mind if we ask you some questions? I see, I'll do whatever I can to help.
Preparing Arcanum.
Just in case.
You said that you two were investigating the murders. Were you planning on defending Lady Steelwind? If she'll have me. She may be a competent prosecutor, but I have far more experience defending clients. Unfortunately, I think the situation is more complicated than that. What?
Can you read that again? I got confused. She may be a competent prosecutor, but I have far more
It
experience.
means she may be competent as a prosecutor, but I'm better at defending people.
Oh, like, so she won't be defending herself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was reading that as, she's a good prosecutor, but I'm a better defense attorney kind of thing. I was like, dude, you've done 4 cases. I mean, yeah, you've won all of them, but like...
And won 3 of them to his idea of it.
Yeah.
And also he has done more, maybe. Sometimes.
Off-screen, yeah.
Sometimes off-screen more, other times not. I don't know. Unfortunately...
Like, he hasn't even been a year.
I think the situation is more complicated than that. What do you mean? Several house leaders died today.
Sorry, I just thought Hogwarts, like, what? No, not McGonagall.
Can't release the information to the public. Not after the news of William Frager's death has already spread. In the course of 2 months, we've lost not 1, but 3 pillarheads. But the trial has to happen soon, or else the magical traces will disappear. What I've heard, we will be holding a trial, but it'll be handled privately and internally.
I also realise now why you can't take pictures of the crime scene to get the traces, because we've been told the traces can only be seen by the actual caster.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know. I wonder if you could do it, though, if you just had a camera that could do Repair Arcane.
Sounds plausible.
And I'm sorry to say that you won't be permitted to serve in such a trial. Would you be able to pull some strings for us, Asta? I'm sorry, I'd like nothing more than to give you the opportunity to represent her, but I clearly have a personal attachment to this case. If I try to tip the trial in her favour, it will only harm her chances. Even if I can't directly defend her, we can still investigate the crimes on her behalf. Yes, I would really appreciate that. If new evidence is found, perhaps we can exonerate Miss Steelwind of the charges against her. After everything that's happened, I really need to know. Why were so many nobles gathered in one place, anyways?
Shot.
All the 4 pillar families were present. I understand if you don't want to tell me, but the information could be vital in figuring out what really happened. The truth is that we all gathered to mourn the death of my father, King Olivier de Wyvengard IX.
There's been 9 Oliviers?
I guess so.
Is it Asta the first Asta de Wyvengard?
9 Olivier? Oh, 9 Oliviers in 600 years. So I thought it was 300 again.
That would be pretty extreme.
Wait, the king's dead? Yes, we wanted to avoid releasing this information to the public so close to the death of William Frege. Father has been ill for quite some time, so we were prepared for this. At least I thought I was. Also lost my mother when I was quite young, but it's still a little hard to take in. Sorry, you have my condolences. Thank you.
But if King Olivier's gone, that would make you...
Yes, you currently stand before King Asta de Wyvengard, the ruler of our kingdom.
No, I actually stand between Crown Prince Asta de Wyvengard.
Yeah, if you haven't been coronated, you're still a prince.
If you haven't
That's
been
what
coronation
means.
Occupation King? No, Occupation Crown Prince. He's the Crown Prince. He takes
Wait, didn't
on
he
all
have
the
his ceremony a little
responsibilities.
earlier?
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
That's why we were saying, oh, is this a coronation? But why would you do that privately?
Yeah.
Yes, technically you'll be taking all the responsibilities and duties from him, but, like, logistically speaking, you aren't the king. That's a matter of... Being the king is a matter of...
What is it again? Heir apparent or something?
Yeah. That's what Crown Prince is. Heir apparent.
Words came out hollow. Sounded like he was mourning more than just his late father.
He was mourning his humanity for helping Eris.
Yeah.
No wonder so many nobles were gathered here. They came under the guise of paying their respects, but I'm sure they just wanted to get close to the new king. Ironically, I think only House Frege came to genuinely give their condolences. I mean, yeah, Miriam probably.
Leaf probably doesn't understand that your dad's dead, and Beatrice is probably, like, finding it funny that you're sad.
Speaking of the Freges, I think you need to know. I saw Beatrice before I was knocked out. I think she may have been the one who killed Pierce. Why would she be there?
Clearly it wasn't part of the plan. She saved Tyrion to, like, mess up their plans.
I'm sorry, I know she was your friend, but we already know she's not above committing murder. I see. Suppose if you're saying it, it must be so, but what possible reason would she have to be involved in something like this? Not sure yet, but I plan to find that out. By the way, where were you during the murders? Remember you left with Steelwind when Celeste and I arrived at the cathedral? Yes. Steelwind and I left to speak with the High Speaker Arceus in his quarters. What was your meeting about? It's actually about our wedding. My father's death, the Grand General demanded that we make our union official. Oh. I would congratulate you two, but considering the circumstances... I understand. But I appreciate your words nonetheless. Anyways,
Short.
how did this meeting last? How long did this meeting last? I believe we spoke with him until about 10:40 p.m., but Von Sanctus died at 2:05 p.m. Means that she began her rampage less than half an hour after that meeting. Is there anything off about her behaviour? Now to mention it, something about her demeanour changed. Speaking about the wedding when she abruptly left. Asked her where she was going, but she ignored me. Sounds similar to what happened when Celeste fought her. There's no way she was affected by mage blood. Okay.
From 15 p.m. to 1:40 p.m., Asta de Wyvengard and Arya Steelwind spoke with High Speaker Theon Arceus about their upcoming wedding. At 1:40 p.m., Steelwind abruptly left the meeting and didn't answer Asta when she was asked where she was going.
I honestly didn't think much of it at the time. Quite used to her giving me the cold shoulder. Right. What happened after your meeting with the High Speaker? Did you see Steelwind after that? Actually, I found myself caught up in something else entirely. At 2 p.m, I went to pay my respects at my father's coffin. Apparently someone set a magical trap there.
What?
It's a glyph of contingency.
Glyph of contingency. It's an evocation spell. Incantation is contingent. Contingent? Gesture is the gesture of the contingent spell. Yeah?
Yeah, I sure hope it is.
This bread is shaped like bread.
The
Anyway.
invisibility spells thing is the invisibility spells thing.
The incantation is the incantation of the contingent spell. Duration is 24 hours. Concentration, no. When casting a spell, the caster must choose another spell they know. Oh, right. The caster casts that spell, but the contingent spell doesn't come into effect. Instead, it takes effect when a certain condition specified by the caster upon casting the spell is fulfilled. The contingent spell takes effect immediately when that condition is fulfilled. So you get to time delay spell usages with it.
You
For
can
up
do
to 24
anything.
hours. Yeah, literally.
You can do
with that
anything.
shit.
You can just do anything, full stop. Like,
If someone tries to open my box, teleport it somewhere else.
if someone tries to open my box, shatter them. If someone tries to, you know, if someone walks through the door, cast invisibility on them. If, like, she could literally set up, you know, rest stations for Scrabbler where he could reapply invisibility if shit went wrong.
Who even knows this spell?
I don't know.
Because let me tell you who doesn't. Garrick Pierce, Lloyd Von Sanctus, Sybil, Coraline Sybil.
Yep.
That's 3 people already. So that leaves... Oh, Beatrice Frege. Beatrice Frege
Yep.
doesn't know it either.
So it's Arya or... It's Arya or it's Eris.
Or maybe Lucio did it to
Yeah.
protect Asta, thinking that there was a... I have heard of that spell. She's a mercenary again.
Or maybe Asta did it on himself.
It's like a trap you can set. You can infuse any spell onto it.
Wow. But it requires a contingent spell to place that trap. Which spell was it? It was a force cage targeting me.
Is the murderer trying to attack Asta too?
I don't think so. They'd have used a more lethal spell if they wanted to. From the sounds of it, force cage can't be dispelled. So Asta would have been trapped inside of it for a full hour. I think that someone used this as a distraction.
Or of course, he set that up himself and told Beatrice to major illusion herself into being him
Yeah.
and sit in there for an hour to give him an alibi.
Because of that trap, the Kingsguard consolidated most of their attention and forces in the nave. As a result, there were fewer people guarding Von Sanctus, Sybil, and Pierce. The ones that were all fell comatose. Can't tell us what happened to them.
The trapped king. At 2 p.m, Asta the Wyvern went to pay his respects to his father's coffin. Unbeknownst to him, however, there was a glyph of contingency set to trap him inside a force cage. The trap triggered, and Asta was trapped inside the magical cage for its duration. This caused the Kingsguard to consolidate their forces at Asta's location. As a result, Lloyd Von Sanctus, Coraline Sybil, and Garrick Pierce were left with far fewer guards defending them.
Also, having said all of that stuff about he's
So
not
it's
king.
absolutely part of it.
Also, having said all that stuff about he's not king. Again, logistically, like, taking on the role of everything, he is the highest authority. He can do whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
In that, how are we going to arrest him? When it turns out he is actually in league with the killer and everything, what do we do? Because, he is the king. I mean, I guess Lucio Steelwind, again, is the actual guy with the army and thus the actual ruler, but, they seem to want to pretend that's not the case. So I find it hard to believe that we're just going to go, and that's checkmate, Asta, you're the killer. And then he'll be like, no, but I'm the king, you can't do this to me. And then Tyrion will just go, that just doesn't matter, Lucio's the one with the army. Yet another inexplicable event was added to the list. After everything I'd learned, I knew for certain that Steelwind wasn't afflicted with mage blight. Someone must be behind this. Anyways,
Sure.
he probably didn't witness much after he was trapped by the force cage. It's time to move somewhere else. Now the Rathon dungeon, surely. No. Not the cathedral garden, the prayer room? No. The common room? No, the nave then. There we are.
She attacked a member of the royal family and killed several nobles. What else is there to investigate? Laws are clear about what we must do. We should execute her immediately.
Alaric, the situation is of far too much import to make such a rash decision. We need to approach this calmly and carefully. As we returned to the nave, I spotted the young prince stomping around as he argued with the nobleman I saw earlier. He still doesn't have a sword.
What? You pressed that and I was like, oh, his thing's gone.
And I thought about it, he was the only person here I didn't recognise.
Oh, it's you two.
Your Highness, I don't think we've been introduced. Huh?
Hmm?
God, it is obvious at this point, isn't it?
What? That
That she's his kid. Like,
Yeah.
they couldn't be more heavy-handed. Like, we spent the whole game saying she's the king's daughter, but it's just like the way he acts around her is so like, my daughter.
my baby girl.
Like, he may as well have gone, I've never met you either. Like,
See, you're still as insolent as ever.
Insolvent.
Insolvent as ever. See, you're still as insolvent as ever.
nah, that's actually a good word, I reckon. You're not as responsive to change. I'd agree with that.
Stand before Sir Remus Virgili, Archduke and Royal Advisor to the Wyvern throne.
Please, human advisor.
Wait, what did he say?
Visor.
Oh, Royal Visor.
Believe he meant advisor.
Remus Virgili.
How old is he? I don't know.
Hmm.
I guess he's just like that other guy in Case 4, was it, you know, the guy with all of the artifacts. He just didn't have an age. Archduke? Didn't know the Kingdom of Wyvern had a title like that. Haven't I heard of him before? Why are you two... You haven't heard of a lot of things, Tyrion. You're pretty sheltered. You really haven't heard of a lot of things.
Yeah, he really is.
So often do you go, I haven't heard of that spell, I haven't heard of that thing, I haven't heard of this part of the religion, I haven't heard of that law, I haven't heard of that, like... What do you know about? Why are you two still here, anyways?
Shot.
Thought the cathedral was closed for the investigation. Investigating what happened on the behalf of Prosecutor Steelwood. I see. Anyways,
Shot.
damn. In like, what, 4 lines? Bro's trying to give everyone coma.
He's trying to make us drunk so we forget that he's
Yeah.
Italian.
I have much to attend to. I'll be taking my leave. Actually, since you are here, we'd like to ask you some questions. Both of you.
You should know your place, knave.
Your Grace. Okay, we're calling him Your Grace.
Your Grace.
Where were you when the murders took place?
Just what are you trying to insinuate?
Please, Alaric, there's no need for that. To answer your question, I was speaking with Lady Freyga's familiar. Tracker. No, it was the demon who calls himself Marineth.
Oh,
Scrop.
different Frege.
What? It's actually the one who sent for me. According to him, he had some information that was of great import to me. Did you make a contract with him? Of course not! He gave me the information he had free. Why? Humans are supposedly always trying to trick humans into making deals with them. Looking back, it must have been a distraction. Or I guess technically what you said doesn't really exclude anything, since you said they were always trying to make humans, make contracts with them. The fool I was. Knew he was playing me, but I knew he was unable to lie. Just say, are you trying to distract me from anything? It's very simple with Scrabbler.
Hey, it's the Virgili.
What do you want?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doris.
Doris who?
Doris, open. Because all the doors here are open.
The information he had was too important to ignore. What?
It's the Virgili. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Jesus.
Jesus who?
Well then why have you got a cross over there?
If you don't mind me asking, what was the information about? I'm sorry, but I won't reveal what he told me. It'd be a danger to everyone here. We'll all start laughing. Rest assured, it had nothing to do with the massacre. Your Grace, we've only just met. And this is crazy. It is my number. I can't exactly take your word for it. Suppose that's fair, but believe me when I say that I plan to take this information to my grave. I was ominous, but he clearly was intent on keeping their conversation a secret. Anyways,
Shot.
several members of the King's Guard were watching us. They could verify my alibi. How long did this conversation last? I arrived to speak with him at 1:50 p.m. Damn, hiccups. And I didn't
No,
leave
fake
until
hiccups.
3:10 p.m.
All through all those shots.
Yeah, I know, we are really getting, like, turned out.
The demon Maranath called okay.
Yeah, I don't know, sorry. So much evidence.
The demon Maranath called Archduke Remus Virgili to meet him at 1:50 p.m. He apparently had very important information that Virgili couldn't ignore. Virgili spoke with Maranath until 3:10 p.m. Members of the King's Guard guarding the demon can verify this.
So he was accounted for during the time frame of the murders. But why did Maranath go to the trouble of distracting him in the first place? Whoever orchestrated this also used Force Cage to trap Aster. Were they trying to distract the forces in the cathedral? Were they trying to keep certain people out of the crossfire? Your Highness, we heard the prosecutor cast a spell on you when you first saw the fire in the common room. Can you tell us more about what happened?
Can't believe she attacked a member of the royal family. She was completely irresponsible with her magic.
I understand your feelings about this, but we can't say for certain that she inflicted mage blight on herself. Don't even know if it was actually her.
I saw her with my own eyes. Plenty of other people did too.
Okay. Your Highness, seems that now would be a good time to inform you of an arcane spell called Major Illusion. Now, users of Major Illusion...
Or illusionary disguise.
Or illusionary disguise can turn into, for the purposes of your eyesight, any other person. They'll still be themselves, and if you were to touch them, it would still be the same person. But looking at them, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. No one would be able to. That is the power of illusory disguise and Major Illusion.
Either way, where did this happen?
It was on the path outside of the common room. I saw smoke coming from the building, and I saw Steelwind walking away from it.
So this must have been after she murdered Von Sanctus. I have a feeling I already know the answer, but was she behaving erratically?
No, she very deliberately cast a spell on me.
Which once again implies that Mage Blight wasn't behind this. Do you know which spell she cast on you?
Not sure. I've been affected by a spell like that before.
Magical traces on him, we know it was a transmutation spell.
Look, let me just ask something, right?
What?
So, what is Mage Blight? Because Orim said that Mage Blight, they get psychotic and full of rage, and they just start, like... But I'm just saying, in a situation like that, you are still deliberately, like, killing people, right?
Yeah.
It's not that you do everything accidentally and you turn into a tornado.
Yeah.
So my question is, why are they acting like they're turning into tornadoes?
Yeah.
Anyway, transmutation spells manipulate and change physical matter. Scary to think what it might do to a human body. Are you sure he's okay?
Lord Asclepius inspected him, and he didn't appear to have any lasting injuries. Hoping the spell's effects are only temporary. Can you describe what you felt while you were affected by it?
skin.
Might help us identify which spell it was.
I was extremely dazed and my ears were ringing. Vision was also partially blurred, as if my mind was in some sort of fog. Whenever I tried to speak, I couldn't even form words with my mouth. Could only make grunting sounds. Couldn't walk either, so I had to crawl on the floor.
Sorry you had to go through that. That must have been traumatic.
Turn you into
Did
slugs.
he turn him into a slug?
What kind of transmutation spell would do that to him? That'd be something that affected his senses.
Do we have anything in our inventory right now?
Of actual transmutation spells? Nah.
No, we don't have any that do
So
that.
I'm guessing we're going to get the slug spell eventually.
The slug spell.
You already told us that she wasn't acting erratically, but was there anything off about her demeanor?
I only saw her for a moment. She was definitely different than usual. She was completely emotionless.
Yeah, that's exactly what she was like when I fought her too.
She was like an arcane construct.
Wow, this kid knows about them now.
Her movements were almost robotic.
Wait, are there any arcane constructs on cathedral grounds?
No. Not for lack of trying on Lloyd's part. High Speaker and I have specifically forbidden the staff here from using them. Would be really convenient if all this was done using a construct. Anyways,
Shot.
was anyone else around when Steelwind cast that transmutation spell?
No, she moved away quickly after she incapacitated me. Even if someone was around, I don't think I could have seen them anyways.
That's another shot.
Shot. Sorry.
Commander White also said that he was surprised that no
I'm
one
so
saw
drunk
the
I
prince until
can't
after
even
the spell
notice
wore off.
when we're doing shots now.
What happened to him? He turned into a slug.
He turned into a slug.
That covers the Larrick side account of what happened, and we even got the Archduke's statement too. There's still one last person we need to speak to.
Arya.
She and Beatrice supposedly have no memories of what happened. If it were only Beatrice saying that, I'd probably doubt it. If Steelwind also doesn't have any memories, it becomes a lot more credible. She definitely has the missing piece. We need to put this together. You're going to the dungeons to speak with her? I am. Wonderful. I'll be accompanying you. What? As the royal advisor, I have a vested interest in this investigation. I trust Lucio to leave no stone unturned. I hear you have quite the talent for seeing what the crown cannot. Well,
Yeah, we'll have to do that next time. So, yeah, thanks so very much for watching. Our next immediate stream will, of course, be... Our next immediate stream is tomorrow. That is Mondays, 7 PM to 11 PM BST Fire Emblem Three Houses stream, which we are doing in preparation for good old Fortune's Weave, which is not going to be good, and it's not old, so I'm not sure why I said good old. But, of course, same time next week for more Tyrion Cuthbert, where we will continue Case 5 and hopefully get to the first courtroom segment. That should be awesome as heck. There is, of course, going to be a highlights reel for this video uploaded hopefully during this week. However, I still haven't done 18 yet. So I'll just hurry up on that, basically. So you'll get 2 highlight reels this week if that's the kind of thing you're into. Lucky you. But, yeah, thanks again for watching, and we will see you on the next stream. Never stop analyzing. And, yeah, that's about it. So, ciao.